Everyone, please stand for our national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
भारत माता की। A very good evening to all present here for the Indo-American seminar. It gives me immense pleasure to extend a very warm welcome on behalf of Rotary Club of Ichalkaranji UNITO. I welcome all our honorable dignitaries. I request Rotarian Mrs. Kalpana Bharani to escort Shri P.V. Kadole sir.
Okay, I would like to ask Mahesh Poddar to welcome Shri Harit Mehta, Chairman IACC, on the dais. I would like to ask Ashwini Bharadia, Rotarian Ashwini Bharadia, to welcome Shri Sharat Tandon, IACC Advisor, on the dais. Okay. I would like to invite Rotarian Sunil Bangad, Project Coordinator, on the dais. The lamp dignitaries for the lighting, the reassemble on the dais for lighting the lamp.
I request our secretary, Rotarian Mrs. Kalpana Bharani, to felicitate our honorable guest, Shri P.V. Kadole sir. Now I would request our project coordinator, Rotarian, Mr. Sunil Bangad, to felicitate Shri Harit Mehta. I request our project chairman, Rotarian CA Mahesh Poddar, to felicitate Shri Sharat Tandon. Now I request our Rotarians, Mr. Sandeep Bharani and Mr. Amit Rathi, to felicitate all association chairmen. Not present? Okay. I would like to call upon our project chairman and past secretary, Rotarian CA Mahesh Poddar, to give us a briefing about the seminar.
गुड इवनिंग एवरीबॉडी। बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है इतना यंग क्राउड इस सेमिनार में देखकर। मंच पर उपस्थित आईआईसीसी के चेयरमैन श्री हरीश जी मेहता सर, आईआईसीसी के एडवाइजर श्री शरद चंदन सर, हमारे अपने डीकेटी कॉलेज के प्रिंसिपल श्री पीवी कोडोले सर, हमारे क्लब की प्रेसिडेंट कल्पना भरानी, मेरे रोटरी के साथी सुनील पांगट, मंच के आगे उपस्थित टेक्सटाइल व्यापार के विभिन्न एरिया से आए हुए हमारे सारे मेंबर्स, आज के कार्यक्रम के प्रायोजक, आप सभी को वेलकम। हमारा क्लब रोटरी क्लब ऑफ इचलकरंजी यूनिटो को स्थापित होकर अभी कुछ 2 साल हुए हैं। ये एक कपल क्लब है और महिलाओं को भी सामाजिक क्षेत्र में आगे आने का पूरा अवसर हमारा क्लब द्वारा दिया जाता है। इन 2 सालों में हमारी कोशिश रही है कि क्लब के माध्यम से हम समाज के ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा वर्ग तक पहुँचे और उनकी मदद कर पाएँ। यहाँ मैं आपको एक विशेष जानकारी देना चाहूँगा। आज रोटरी क्लब विश्व में एक सबसे बड़ी सामाजिक संस्था है, लेकिन बहुत कम लोग जानते हैं कि जब 1905 में रोटरी क्लब स्थापित हुआ था पॉल हैरिस द्वारा, तब उसका मेन उद्देश्य था कि विविध क्षेत्र के व्यापारियों द्वारा इकट्ठा आकर विविध जानकारी आपस में शेयर की जाए और व्यवसाय में एक दूसरे के साथ मैत्री रखकर साथ आगे बढ़े। तो हमारा आज का जो आयोजन है रोटरी का, इसी रोटरी की बुनियाद पर टिका है कि हम व्यापारियों को कोई एक नई दिशा दे सके। आज हमारा इचलकरंजी शहर डिसेंट्रलाइज सेक्टर में कॉटन फैब्रिक की सबसे बड़ी मंडी बन चुका है। सबसे आधुनिक मशीनों द्वारा सबसे उत्तम दर्जे का कपड़ा यहाँ बनाया जाता है, लेकिन हम आज भी एक्सपोर्ट मार्केट में अपना अस्तित्व स्थापित नहीं कर पाए हैं। कुछ लोगों ने कोशिश की और वो भी बहुत बड़े तौर पर खुद को प्रूव कर चुके हैं, लेकिन अगर पूरे शहर का उत्पादन की बात करें तो 5% भी डायरेक्ट एक्सपोर्ट हमारे द्वारा नहीं किया जाता है। आने वाले समय में वॉल्यूम से ही व्यापार की वृद्धि क्या की जा सकती है। आप सब यंग मेंबर्स हैं, अपने फैमिली के फ्लैग बियरर्स हैं, आप लोगों के सामने वॉल्यूम्स और टर्नओवर का चैलेंज आगे बहुत बड़ा आने वाला है। अगर कल आई हुई नई टफ के स्कीम के ड्राफ्ट को भी देखा जाए तो गवर्नमेंट का भी आगे उद्देश्य यही है कि अगर आप टर्नओवर बड़ा करेंगे तो ही आपको सब्सिडी मिलेगी, सिर्फ इन्वेस्टमेंट से सब्सिडी नहीं मिलेगी। और उसके लिए एक्सपोर्ट्स में उतरकर इंटरनेशनल मार्केट एक्सप्लोर करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। इसी विषय को ध्यान में रखकर हमारे क्लब ने आज इंडो अमेरिकन चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स के साथ मिलकर इस कार्यक्रम का आयोजन किया है। इस कार्यक्रम का मूल उद्देश्य है आपको यूएसए में आपके प्रोडक्ट्स एक्सपोर्ट करना तथा यूएसए में बिजनेस करने के अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ को एक्सप्लोर करना। यूएसए का टोटल टेक्सटाइल इंपोर्ट कुछ $60 बिलियन के करीब है, लेकिन उसमें भारत का हिस्सा सिर्फ 10% भी नहीं है और इचलकरंजी तो शायद इसमें कहीं शामिल ही नहीं होता परसेंटेज में। पिछले महीने भारत का कुल इंटरनेशनल टेक्सटाइल एक्सपोर्ट 25% बढ़कर $44 बिलियन हो चुका है। तो आप सोचिए, इतने बड़े मार्केट हमारे सामने है, लेकिन हम लोग अहमदाबाद सूरत के आगे सोच नहीं पाते हैं। हमने टारगेट रखना है इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में हमारे इचलकरंजी ब्रांड को स्थापित करना। उसके लिए सिर्फ थोड़ी कोशिश की जरूरत है, जिसमें हम लोग थोड़ा आपका साथ दे रहे हैं। आज आपके सामने इंटरनेशनल बाइंग हाउस ट्रिबर्ग बताएगा कि इंटरनेशनल मार्केट आपसे क्या चाहता है। आईएसीसी बताएगा कि आप आपको व्यापार में उनकी मदद कैसे ले सकते हैं। अगर यूएस में आपको बेचना है तो आईसीसी कैसे आपका एक पार्टनर बन सकता है। अमेजॉन ग्लोबल सेलिंग द्वारा ये बताया जाएगा कि उनका चैनल यूज कर हमारी सेल्स कैसे बढ़ाई जा सकती है। और ऐसे कई विषय आज हमने आपके लिए लेकर आए हैं। ट्रिबर्ग के साथ तथा कार्यक्रम के अंत में क्वेश्चन आंसर्स का सेशन रखा गया है। आपके जो भी क्वेश्चन है आप आपके पास दिए हुए नोटपैड पे नोट कर सकते हैं, ताकि सेशन के एंड में आप पूछ सकें। मैं महेश पोद्दार, रोटरी क्लब ऑफ इंचलकरंजी यूनिटो की ओर से आप सभी का इस कार्यक्रम में हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। धन्यवाद।
Thank you so much, Mahesh ji, for the short and sweet briefing. I would like to call upon our sponsors, Sub Infotech and Shulin Services Group. I would request Mahesh Poddar to felicitate them. I would like to call upon Sri Sureshji Kotak to share the opening remarks and the messaging system of online model. Mr. Sureshji Kotak needs no introduction. He is considered the godfather of cotton textile industry. At the age of 90 and at the age of 93 countries to be active for the industry. He is the chairman of Cotton Council of India Committee, which looks into cotton pricing and supply issues.
नमस्ते आप सबको। नमस्ते। हाँ जी हरित भाई, मुझे कुछ कहना है। शरद जी आप सबको नमस्कार है। और अभी मैं थोड़ा शब्द आप लोग को मेरा थोड़ा विवेचन आपको कर दूं।
प्लीज सर।
मैं हिंदी में कहूं या इंग्लिश में कहूं?
एनीथिंग कंफर्टेबल सर।
ओके
प्रेफरेबल।
आज मुझे आप सबको नमस्कार। आपको मेरी बहुत बधाई। प्रोफेसर जी, बहन जी, कल्पना जी, उदार जी, बांगड़ जी, शरद भाई और हरित भाई, आप सबको और यहाँ पधारे हुए सब महानुभावों को मेरा प्रणाम और मेरा हार्दिक अभिनंदन। इचलकरंजी मेरे हिसाब से एक मिनी रत्न है। हमारी टेक्सटाइल सिस्टम में एक मिनी रत्न है। मिनी रत्न इसीलिए कहता हूं कि यहाँ का जो प्रावधान और जो प्रगति हुई है वो अनुपम है और इससे एक आदर्श मॉडल बैठ रहा है। अब हमारा प्रश्न ये है आज का कि ये जो वीव सिटी ऑफ इंडिया, इचलकरंजी का नामकरण वीव सिटी ऑफ इंडिया है। नाउ वीव सिटी को इंडिया को आगे कैसे ले जाना, और इसमें बहुत सी अनुपम अपॉर्चुनिटीज खड़ी हुई है। तो इसका प्रोडक्शन और इसकी अच्छी प्रोडक्टें अमेरिका की मार्केट क्यों न ढूंढे, डायरेक्टली क्यों न ढूंढे। सुनाई दे रहा है आपको?
यस सर।
ये इसकी मार्केट क्यों न ढूंढे। हम इस अमेरिका भी अच्छा प्रोडक्ट की शोध में ही है। तो हमें आज के इस प्रसंग से हम विचार आदान प्रदान करेंगे, जैसे अमेरिका की मार्केट को कैसे सर कर सके। आज का जो प्रसंग है उसमें मैंने एजेंडा देखा। एजेंडा बड़ा रिच है। एजेंडा में लिखा है कि जो मुश्किलियां, जो हैंडीकैप्स, जो लेकुनास जो है उन्हें दूर कैसे करना, माने लॉजिस्टिक्स एंड फाइनेंस, ये 2 वाइटल पॉइंट्स है। लॉजिस्टिक्स, आज इचलकरंजी महाराष्ट्र की उस बीच में एक अच्छी जगह पे है, कोल्हापुर के बाजू में। तो लेकिन उन्हें लॉजिस्टिक्स का बड़ा प्रॉब्लम रहता है। दूसरा, यह यूनिट को, स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्री को फाइनेंस की हमेशा तकलीफ रहती है। तो इसको फाइनेंस कैसे दिया जाए, उसके लिए आप सब चर्चा विचारणा करेंगे और उसका रास्ता जरूर अपने निकाल सकते हैं। कठिन नहीं है आज के राज्य में, और राज्य सरकार सब अपनी सुनती है, केंद्र भी हमारी सुनाई देती है। इस टाइम पे हमें ये दोनों चीज को हल करना बड़ा मुश्किल नहीं होगा। एक बात अपने देख ले कि हम विश्व को देखें तो आज हिंदुस्तान की, अपने भारत की बड़ी जरूरत है। जियोपॉलिटिकल कंडीशंस, माने सारी विश्व की सब ऑल कंडीशंस आर फेवरेबल टू अस। हमारे 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 लिए कामयाबी हासिल कर सकती है, ऐसी हमारे पास अनुपम तक पड़ी है। ऐसी अपॉर्चुनिटी जल्दी नहीं आती। हमें ये तक का एकदम लाभ लेना चाहिए। वी मस्ट कैप्चर दिस, इसको जीत लेना चाहिए। क्योंकि एक बात जरूर है कि इंडिया कैसा भी है, लेकिन इंडिया इज स्टिल सेकंड बेस्ट, और इंडिया के लिए आगे बहुत बढ़ने का अवकाश है। तो इंडियन गुड्स, हमें 2 चीज करनी है इचलकरंजी को। एक तो हमें ये यूएसए उपरांत नई मार्केट ढूंढना है और नई प्रोडक्ट्स बनानी, खाली मार्केट नहीं। क्योंकि मार्केट नई प्रोडक्ट्स मांगेगी, तो हमें डाइवर्सिफिकेशन और प्रोडक्शन और नई चीज हमें बनाना चाहिए। मैं आपको बताऊं कि चाइना इतना ताकतवर क्यों हुआ, क्योंकि चाइना एचएस कोड का 8000 आइटम्स में बहुत सी आइटमें बनाते हैं। जब हमारी आइटम बहुत कम है, हम लोग 50-75 से ऊपर आइटम भी हम एक्सपोर्ट में नहीं दे रहे हैं। माने प्रोडक्ट डाइवर्सिफिकेशन एंड मार्केट डाइवर्सिफिकेशन, दीज आर 2 एसेंशियल थिंग। प्रोफेसर साहब, आप भी, मैं आपको विनंती करता हूं कि आप सबको कहिए कि मार्केट को एक्सपांड करने का 2 ही रास्ता है। कि एक रास्ता हम प्रोडक्ट का डाइवर्सिफिकेशन करें और हम और न्यू मार्केट्स में जाए। सो व्हाट बायर नीड्स, इफ यू गिव, naturally make it easy for the buyer to buy and it will make it easy for us to sell. ये एक वेरी सिंपल इक्वेशन है। तो मेरा इचलकरंजी के भाइयों को मेरी विनंती है। और दूसरा, आपके पास टेक्निकल गाइडेंस और जनरल गाइडेंस के लिए एक बहुत अच्छी व्यक्ति आपके बीच में है। उनका नाम है श्री शरद जी टंडन। शरद जी टंडन का मैं मेरे लिए इतना मान है क्योंकि मैं भी बहुत टाइम उनकी सलाह लेता हूं, और उनका जो नॉलेज है और उनके प्रावधान, उनकी एक्सपर्टाइज, उनका थिंकिंग, डीप थिंकिंग, और उनका जो डिवोशन जो है वो जबरदस्त है। उसीलिए मैं मानता हूं कि ऐसी व्यक्ति आपके पास, आपके साथ जुड़ी हुई है, तो इसका लाभ लेना चाहिए। और दूसरी बात कि आपके आपके वहां टेक्नोलॉजिकल इंस्टीट्यूट भी पड़ी है, और टेक्नोलॉजी इंस्टीट्यूट ऐसी अच्छी इंस्टीट्यूट, दुनिया में गणना पात्र हो सके ऐसी अच्छी इंस्टीट्यूट आपके पास पड़ी है। तो मेरा ये कहना है कि हमें ये सब करने के लिए बहुत आसान हो जाएगा, टाइम अच्छा है हमारे लिए, और यूएसए मार्केट को हम कर सकेंगे। हमें यही विचार करना है कि बायर को चाहिए क्या, बायर को चाहिए क्या, बायर को क्या चाहिए, और क्यों हमें चाहता है, हमें क्यों चाहेगा, और कैसे चाहिए, मीन्स हाउ दे नीड, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ पैकिंग, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स दे आर रिक्वायर्ड, इवन सर्टेन काइंड ऑफ पैकिंग एक्सेट्रा उनको चाहिए, जिससे उसका गारमेंट भी अच्छा बन सके। और अभी मैं समझ रहा हूं कि प्रोसेसिंग भी आपके वहां उपलब्ध है। शरद जी, मेरी बात ठीक है? अभी प्रोसेसिंग भी उपलब्ध है जी। तो ये प्रोसेसिंग भी उपलब्ध हो जाने से आपको सुविधा भी ये मिल सकती है। तो ये काम आगे बढ़ाना चाहिए। और ऐसे हम तो ये भी कहते हैं कि आपके बीच रोटेरियन है, और रोटरी बिलीव्स इन सर्विसेज। तो आप टेक्सटाइल की कल्पना बेन सेवा करिए, और ये गांव की प्रगति होगी तो ये गांव की प्रगति भी एक रोटरी की सेवा ही है। और इन रोटरी के 7 सिग्मास नाउ, 7 दिशा में जो काम हो रहा है रोटरी में, वो 7 दिशा में एक दिशा आपको यहाँ मदद करेगी। तो ये सब थोड़ा बहुत कह के आप सबकी मैं शुभेच्छा देता हूं, और मैं अब ऐसी कामना करता हूं इचलकरंजी दुनिया में नाम निकाले, और यूएसए की मार्केट को वो सर्व कर सकता है और करेगा। और हमारे हरित भाई एकदम एक्सपर्ट है, सब जात का टेक्सटाइल का उनका नॉलेज एकदम वेरी वेरी कमेंडेबल। मैं हिंदी नहीं कर सकता, प्रोफेसर साहब आप कर दीजिएगा। तो कमेंडेबल नॉलेज है, तो ये कमेंडेबल नॉलेज से आप लाभ लीजिए। मेरी शुभकामना। जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र, जय इचलकरंजी। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, sir, for your guidance and valuable time. Now, I would like to request Rotarian Mr. Archit Bharadia to escort Mr. Amol Malik. I request our President Kalpana Bharani to felicitate our Our guest, Amol Malik. Our next speakers are from Triberg Buying House. It is one of the leading and respected buying houses based in New Delhi and New York. I would like to call upon Gaurav Mehta. Gaurav Mehta is a textile chemistry graduate from TITNS Bhiwani, serving in industry from decade in fabric and raw material sourcing and development for multiple US brands. Young, enthusiastic, and passionate in promoting Indian made textile goods globally. Gaurav Mehta.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to thank IACC and Rotary Club to giving Triberg this opportunity to be a part of this seminar. We will be talking about US brands expectations with Ichalkaranji. Before understanding that, I'll give a just gist about how the business of the US brands work. So it's all start from designing. So first of all, every brand. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So each and every US brand have a dedicated design team which work on a market research to analyze what are the upcoming trends. Each designing team travel to multiple countries. They do a research of each market. They foresee what is running on the runways, on the fashion shows, and what is happening on the PV. They work on what are the styles that they feel are sellable for the upcoming seasons. Each and every design team of each brand works 2 seasons ahead. The reason I'm telling you all of this is to understand that from designing a garment, from designing to store, it takes 220 to 250 days. This is a lifespan of the production. Each and every brand takes 60 to 100 days in designing and developing for each and every style. And actual production of each style take place 90 to 120 days from a gauge when ordering to the X factory of the garment. And each brand work 6 to 8 weeks in advance on the garment costing, because after that they have to seek the financial approval from the merchandiser, from their sales partner prior making an order. This complete risk on infusing a style or an order to the supply chain is being always taken by a brand, because once they take a decision, only then the order will come to the supply chain for two people like you and me who are doing the manufacturing. And I also, before understanding what the brands expect from us, we need to understand that what are the impacts of the pandemic. So in 2020, when COVID-19 came and the outbreak of the virus came, it has different phases in which the situation were being managed. In the first phase, it was very much uncertain for all of us, like for the globe, like how because all of the governments were imposing lockdowns in the country, the markets and the stores were getting shut. The brands were also very cautious because they don't want to end up with an inventory which is not suitable when the lockdown will be shifted, so they immediately drop all the orders, which led to the lockdowns led a recession into the market. And after that there was no sales. People were not having no money, because suddenly we all realized that the kapda which we used to think as a necessity has become a luxury, because people were not buying garments at that time. So what US government, Trump government did at that time, they have provided stimulation to the students as well as to the people who have lost their jobs, so that the money can came back into the market. In the second phase, there was an increased demand, because when American gets money, unlike Indians, they don't save it. They buy garments, they spend their money. So because of the stimulation, US government infuses money into the market, which led to an increased demand that we all have seen. Now, after, because it cannot be, there will always be end of a stimulation or siphon that government was giving. In the third phase, the US government now has been lifted these stimulations which were being provided earlier. And now the students, now they are not getting stimulation. Whatever the money they have, they are getting it from their parents. The people who are going to job, they have money, and only with that money the actual demand is now coming into picture. Whereas in the phase 2, we used to have a little increased demand which was infused or enforced by the US government through stimulation. Now the challenge the US brand is having is that they can't change their ticket prices like the retail prices, and each and every brand want to uh, reduce down their ticket price so that they can sustain their customers. So each and every brand is working on opening price point products, those products which are basic and are very cost effective, so that they can do their styling at a very affordable price, and they can attract customer through pricing. Because right now the economy in America and globally is little slow, and everybody wants to increase the sales. Everybody wants to sustain their prices. Now, the expectation of a US brand in the current year, earlier the expectation was always used to be innovation as a first time, but this time, this year is very different. US brands expect Ichalkaranji, expect weavers, expect supply chains to give us price validity, price stability. In last year, we all have seen that there was too much fluctuation in the prices because of the little increased demands. Few of the China orders came into picture. The cotton price was very unstable. But what we have personally feel and see that the fluctuation in the price is very high in India as compared to the other people like even China. China was importing cotton from India, and even then they were giving a better price stability than what India was offering. There was a time has came like there was a time last year when the prices were not like weavers were not able to give a price validity even for more than 2 days. And as I already explained, brands have done their costing 6 to 8 weeks before of issuing the PO. And with that scenario, they were not able to proceed further. And there were a lot of challenges that brand faced at that time. So which made brands either to do a panic buying initially because the price fluctuation was so high, which further increased the demand last year. But later they end up moving out the orders to other products and other regions. So US brands expect Ichalkaranji and weavers and the supply chain to either give a price stability, or if there is any situation where is too much price fluctuation, they expect us to come up with very creative ideas, like in which we can maintain the price so that their ticket prices does not get impacted, because they have already done the FOB costings and finance that was required to do the particular order. Other than that, the brands always expect that whenever an end consumer enter into their store, they find newness into the raw material, in value addition into the raw material. There should be innovation. That is something that US brand expect us to provide them, a continuous working on the existing and develop existing qualities, some upgrade to the existing qualities. And one thing which is missing in Ichalkaranji is that we never do experiment with multiple innovative fibers. We don't work on filament yarns, and filament yarn and the blend with the staple is very trending thing, and it is like all of the other countries are doing. Even Surat is doing that particular thing, and it is missing over here. We should think about these things and should work on this. These are the expectations of the US brand. Other than that, if I talk about aligning Ichalkaranji, so it is Ichalkaranji has done a very wonderful job, as Mr. Suresh Kotak has mentioned, to reach to the level where it is. But to move forward, Ichalkaranji has to work on a broader view. They have to build a long-term relationship with their existing customers and brands. Currently, there is no visibility to brands for this region. Ichalkaranji has to develop a market in which they can build a brand for themselves. Like today, if we talk about a rayon product, everybody knows a rayon grade who is the best supplier. I need to tell the name of that particular mill who is very famous. But such branding is required to be done at Ichalkaranji also for their product. There is right now what is happening, all the fame of Ichalkaranji's work is always being taken by either the processing units or the middleman. But if Ichalkaranji will come up like a centralized market and work on a broader view, and they will they will build some like for that what they need to do is that either they come up with some remote offices and they hire a marketing team who understands buyers language, handwriting and requirement, who meet them in an everyday manner, like how China is doing. By doing that, definitely Ichalkaranji can increase their visibility into the market. What is required to be done is that there should be teams that keep visiting buying agencies, brands, and that should be located at different locations of India, like Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, and keep meeting with the people who are dealing in export. There is need to cut the middleman now. And by doing that and developing new qualities, definitely Ichalkaranji can move forward and make a footprint into the export marketing. Now, to enhance that, as Tribers, we welcome Ichalkaranji to visit us. We'll review their collection. We'll work with them on the upcoming trends and develop things that present directly to the US brands. And with that, we can help them to develop the business even more for all of us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Gaurav. आपको आवाज आ रही है? हेलो गौरव?
Yes sir, you're audible Sanjay.
Yes, sir.
ओके, हाँ जी, नमस्कार, थैंक यू गौरव। मैं संजय शुक्ला बोल रहा हूँ ट्राइबर्ग से ही। मैं ये पूछना चाह रहा था कि आपके एक्चुअली पेन पॉइंट्स क्या हैं? गौरव ने तो आपको बता दिया कि यूएस बायर्स का क्या एक्सपेक्टेशन है, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा, लेकिन आपकी तरफ से पेन पॉइंट्स क्या हैं? वो क्या समस्या है जिसपे हम काम कर सकते हैं एज यू नो पीपल जो कि ग्लोबल बायर्स के साथ एंगेज्ड हैं? एंड हम चाहते हैं ऑब्वियसली टू एनहांस द बिजनेस फॉर द रीजन, फॉर द क्लस्टर। एंड इसके लिए थोड़ा आप अगर बताएं कि आपके कुछ क्वेश्चंस हो या पेन पॉइंट्स हो, those can be addressed, maybe not right now, but you know, जैसे गौरव ने बोला कि main point is how do we engage with each other? आप लोग एक रीजन में बैठ के बहुत बढ़िया काम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उसकी अलाइनमेंट विद ग्लोबल ट्रेंड्स हो या ग्लोबल रिक्वायरमेंट्स हो, उस कड़ी को पूरा करने के लिए हम एज ट्राइबर्ग काफी इच्छुक हैं। अब एक मैं आपको एग्जांपल देता हूं। कल मैं एक बाइंग एंड सोर्सिंग लीडर्स की मीटिंग में था, जिसमें महिंद्रा भी है, अरविंद ब्रांड्स हैं, आपके यू नो रिलायंस हैं। तो उनसे ये बात छिड़ी कि हम एक क्लस्टर डेवलपमेंट को कैसे आगे ले जा सकते हैं। तो उसमें पॉइंट ये था कि एंगेजमेंट होना चाहिए। तो आपकी कोई बॉडी है, उनके क्या पेन पॉइंट्स हैं, उनकी क्या विश लिस्ट है, उसको कैसे हम एनहांस कर सकते हैं। चाइना का एग्जांपल लीजिए, लोग एक साथ होके सामने आते हैं और जब 100 मीटर्स का ऑर्डर कंबाइन होके 100,000 मीटर्स होता है, तो फिर उसकी लेवरेजिंग, उसकी वायबिलिटी एक अलग लेवल पे चली जाती है। सो द पॉइंट इज दैट एक आपकी तरफ से एंगेजमेंट हो विद पीपल लाइक अस, यू नो, जो बाइंग साइड पे हैं, रेगुलर इंटरेक्शन है ग्लोबल बायर्स से, उससे बहुत फायदा होगा, ये मेरा सोचना है। अदरवाइज इफ देयर इज एनी अदर क्वेश्चन, आई विल बी हैप्पी टू टेक इट।
हेलो, इसका मैं थोड़ा ब्रीफ करता हूँ। आईआईसीसी अपने लिए एक चैनल सोचता है जिसके थ्रू हम लोग यूएसए में एक्सपोर्ट करने के लिए जो भी हेल्प चाहिए वो हमें मिल सकती है। ट्राइबर्ग हाउस आईआईसीसी के साथ जुड़ा हुआ है। ट्राइबर्ग इज वन ऑफ द लार्जेस्ट बाइंग हाउस जो आपका कपड़ा आपका परचेज कर सकता है, या अगर आपके कपड़े में वो बात नहीं है जो यूएसए मार्केट को चाहिए, तो आपका मार्केट डेवलप करने में, आपका फैब्रिक डेवलपमेंट में भी ट्राइबर्ग आपको हेल्प करेगा। तो फिलहाल वो लोग दोनों भी ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं दिल्ली, इसलिए मतलब ऑनलाइन जुड़े हैं। लेकिन अगर आप लोगों में से किसी को भी कोई क्वेरी हो कि मेरे को मेरा फैब्रिक किस तरीके से डेवलप करें कि यूएसए जाए, कि ट्राइबर्ग हमको उसमें कैसे हेल्प कर सकता है एक्सपोर्ट मार्केट में, तो आप लोग अभी क्वेरी अपनी पूछ सकते हैं। एनीबडी फ्रॉम द मेंबर्स, माइक अवेलेबल है। और बिना सोचे आप लोग क्वेरी पूछ सकते हैं, ये मत सोचिए कि मैं अच्छा पूछ रहा हूँ बुरा पूछ रहा हूँ। क्वेरी पूछेंगे तो ये आंसर मिलेगा, बाद में आंसर मिलना मुश्किल हो जाएगा। आज आपके सामने बाइंग हाउस है जो आपका कपड़ा परचेस कर सकता है, कस्टमर को आप लोग माल बेचना चाहते हैं, कोई आपको हेल्प करने के लिए आया है।
सो एक टिप, इस ऑडियंस में से काफ़ी हैं जो मेरे से कभी कभी कंसल्टिंग के लिए बात होती, मेरे को फीस देने के बजाय एक अच्छा मौका है, आप डायरेक्टली पूछ लीजिए कि हमें एक्सपोर्ट करने के लिए क्या करना है। अगर नहीं है तो आई थिंक बीइंग एसोसिएटेड विद इचलकरंजी, शायद मैं उसको स्पेल आउट कर सकूं कि हम करना तो चाहते हैं, करने की इच्छा भी है, करने का इंटेंट भी है, लेकिन मेरी थोड़ी फीलिंग है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एवरीवन, करने का कमिटमेंट नहीं है। तो ट्राइबर्ग से व्हाट वी वुड एक्सपेक्ट इज मोर एंगेजमेंट, एज यू सेड। एंगेजमेंट ये हो सकता है कि आप फिजिकली यहाँ आ जाएं, कभी ट्रिप प्लान करें, IICC वुड बी ग्लैड टू ऑर्गेनाइज दैट काइंड ऑफ गेट टुगेदर वंस अगेन, या यहाँ की रिप्रेजेंटेटिव बॉडी जो भी हो, एंड अगेन IICC कैन प्ले दैट रोल, एंड एज वी हैव सीन Rotary is such a dynamic force, we can request Rotary to organize a trip to your Delhi office of maybe 7-10 people who work together. So I think first guidance इनको थोड़ा lost ये होता है कि the product that is ending up in the store is not what they are shipping. तो वो ग्रे शिप कर रहे हैं, प्रोसेस हो रहा है, प्रोसेस होके गारमेंट हो रहा है, तो इनको ये समझ में नहीं आता है कि मेरा USA के बायर से एंगेजमेंट एक्चुअली कैसे हो सकता है। सो इफ ट्राइबर कैन टेक देम थ्रू दैट स्टेज कि भी ग्रे मैन्युफैक्चरर होते हुए भी या फिनिश के लेवल पे जैसे आप पहुंच रहे हैं, अगर आप ये चीजें करें तो USA का बायर आपसे एंगेज होने का ज्यादा वो रखेगा। आई थिंक दैट वुड बी वन pain point that is there. The other pain point which not really related to Triberg, but Triberg उसमें definitely help कर सकता है कि इचलकरंजी को ये समझने की जरूरत है कि सेल्स और मार्केटिंग में फर्क क्या है। हमारी सारी आदत सेल करने की है, कोई ऑर्डर आता है हम उसको प्राइस कंपटीशन में या क्वालिटी कंपटीशन में हम उसको डिलीवर कर देते हैं। ऑर्डर क्रिएशन की स्टेज पे जैसे गौरव जी ने कहा वो हमारा इंटरेक्शन नहीं है। सो वो इंटरेक्शन अगर जैसे बढ़ाया जा सकता है उसके लिए आई थिंक तो व्हाट इनिशिएटिव कैन, द क्वेश्चन वुड बी कि व्हाट इनिशिएटिव कैन ट्राइबर टेक दिस फॉर फिजिकल इंटरेक्शन, बिकॉज इट्स नॉट अ वेरी डिजिटल वर्ल्ड। तो हम लोग ट्राइबर के साथ में इचलकरंजी अपना फिजिकल इंटरेक्शन कैसे बढ़ा सकता है उस पर जरा थोड़ी रोशनी डालेंगे तो वी कैन गो अहेड।
संजय जी, मैं आपके इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर करना चाहूंगा। इसके लिए क्या किया जा सकता है कि जो भी व्यूअर्स इंटरेस्टेड हैं आगे अपना बिजनेस आगे हमारे साथ बढ़ाने में, वो हमारे ऑफिस आकर के या हमारे साथ फोन पे ईमेल पे कनेक्ट हो सकते हैं। हम उन्हें डायरेक्ट कस्टमर की ब्रांड्स की जो रिक्वायरमेंट है स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द डिजाइनिंग, हम उन्हें वो भेजेंगे, वो डेवलप करके हमें वो ऑफर कर सकते हैं। आई अंडरस्टैंड कि वो सिर्फ ग्रेज प्रोवाइड करा रहे हैं, लेकिन हमारे पास बीच में बहुत सारे कन्वर्टर्स फैसिलेटर्स है जो कि उनके ग्रेज कपड़े को फिनिश में कन्वर्ट करके और डायरेक्टली ब्रांड को ऑफर करेंगे। इससे उनका एंगेजमेंट जो है स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट से ही स्टार्ट हो जाएगा और उन्हें समझ में आएगा कि कौन सा ब्रांड की क्या इन राइटिंग है, क्या वो प्रोडक्ट, क्या वो रॉ मटेरियल खरीदता है। डेफिनेटली इचलकरंजी को कुछ ऐसे मार्केटिंग के लोग हायर करने पड़ेंगे जो कस्टमर की लैंग्वेज, हैंड राइटिंग और रिक्वायरमेंट को समझते हो। डेली इंटरेक्शन अगर वो अपना बढ़ाएंगे तो उनका एक विजिबिलिटी जो है ना एग्जिस्ट होगी मार्केट में। कल जब हम बात कर रहे थे विद इन द टीम के हाउ टू प्रिपेयर इट, वी डिस्कस विद मल्टीपल आर मर्चेंट्स। बहुत सारे मर्चेंट्स को भी इचलकरंजी क्या प्रोडक्ट करता है कि विजिबिलिटी नहीं थी। आई बीइंग अ फैब्रिक गाय, संजय सर बीइंग अ टीम लीडर, इन हम सबको विजिबिलिटी है क्योंकि वी आर एंगेज विद यू गाइज फ्रॉम अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम। लेकिन जो आदमी सेकंड पॉइंट पे है, जो गारमेंट स्टेज पे पहुंच गया है, उन्हें ये लगता है कि प्रोसेसिंग मिल ही सब कुछ प्रोवाइड कर रही है, एंड प्रोसेसिंग मिल जो है वो कभी भी आपका या वीवर का नाम आगे नहीं लेती है। तो दिस इज समथिंग दैट दे नीड टू कम एज अ फेस। आज मैं एक एग्जांपल लेना चाहूंगा आदित्य बिरला का। आदित्य बिरला जो है एक फाइबर सप्लायर है और उसके बावजूद भी वो इतने सारे इवेंट्स करता है, कस्टमर्स के साथ वो एंगेज रहता है। जिससे कि जब कस्टमर को ये पता होता है कि डेफिनेटली ये कपड़ा इसने नहीं बनाया, लेकिन जो फाइबर इसके अंदर यूज हुआ है विस्कोस का, अगर वो इंडिया से आ रहा है तो वो आदित्य बिरला का फाइबर है। अगर देखिए आदित्य बिरला सप्लाई चेन में सबसे नीचे आता है, और अगर सप्लाई और रिटेलर को अगर उसका नाम पता है, उसके लिए वो क्या करता है, अगर आप किसी भी इंडिया के भी स्टोर में जाएंगे ना, तो आपको लीवा का टैग मिलेगा। जो लीवा का टैग है उस पर लिखा हुआ होता है कि जो ये फाइबर है आदित्य बिरला ने प्रोवाइड किया है। तो हर कोई सप्लाई चेन में जब तक एंड यूजर को अपनी विजिबिलिटी नहीं देगा, तो बिजनेस आगे बढ़ा पाना और उनकी विजिबिलिटी कर पाना बहुत मुश्किल है। संजय सर, आप कुछ ऐड करना
ये
चाहेंगे?
ये गौरव ने बहुत ही अच्छा पॉइंट बोला है, क्योंकि एक बिना ब्रांडिंग के आपको कोई जानेगा नहीं, आपकी एक आइडेंटिटी नहीं बन पाएगी। तो अब आप ये सोचिए कि अभी सब लोग साइलोज में काम कर रहे हैं, बहुत बड़े बड़े प्लेयर्स हैं इच्चलकरंजी में, बट क्या एक ब्रांडिंग का पूरे रीजन के लिए, कैन वी हैव अ ब्रांडिंग विच विल देन बिकम रिकॉग्नाइज्ड, डोमेस्टिकली, ग्लोबली? वो चीज टैग्स पे भी जा सकती है। गौरव ने बहुत अच्छा एग्जांपल लिया, और उसके संदर्भ में बोलना चाहूंगा कि जैसे ट्राइबर्ग ने रिलायंस आर इलान के साथ एक जॉइंट वेंचर बनाया है, उसको हम आरटी के नाम से ब्रांडिंग किया है हमने। वो हमने कम से कम 15 ब्रांड्स ग्लोबली उसको मार्केट किया है टुगेदर, और उसके बेसिस पे ऑलरेडी काफी बिजनेस आ चुका है, एंड अब धीरे धीरे आरटी का नाम सामने आ रहा है। सो अब इच्चलकरंजी क्या एक वो ब्रांडिंग कर सकता है, क्या उस चीज को आगे ले जा सकते हैं? आंसर इज यस, एंड द सोल्यूशन इज एंगेजमेंट विद पीपल हु आर एट द फोर फ्रंट ऑफ ग्लोबल एंगेजमेंट। तो आप लोगों से यही रिक्वेस्ट है कि जो आपकी बॉडी है उन लोगों के साथ आप थोड़ा सा टाइम निकाल के आइए। हमारा गुड़गांव में है ऑफिस, हम आपका एक अच्छे वर्कशॉप करके एंगेज कर सकते हैं साथ में, एंड इस चीज को आगे बढ़ाया जा सकता है। ये हमारी रिक्वेस्ट है।
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Ajay, there is a question.
Mota sir, please. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Please,
please,
sir,
please.
please.
नमस्ते, मैं गिरिराज मोहता। सर, आज हम यहाँ पे सेमिनार ले रहे हैं इच्चलकरंजी टू यूएसए। तो मेरी आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि हमें एक जानकारी दी जाए कि यूएसए में फैब्रिक का कितना बड़ा मार्केट है, फैब्रिक का मार्केट है या गारमेंट का मार्केट है, फैब्रिक में भी ग्रे फैब्रिक या प्रोसेस्ड फैब्रिक। तो इसके बारे में कुछ थोड़ी जानकारी अगर आप हमको देंगे तो हमें लाभदायक होगा।
इसमें ऐसा है सर कि द मार्केट इज कंप्लीटली फॉर द एंड प्रोडक्ट, और एंड प्रोडक्ट हमारा है गारमेंट। बिकॉज यूएसए में फैब्रिक पे वैल्यू ऐड करना एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम इज अ वेरी लिमिटेड एंड वेरी एक्सपेंसिव प्रोपोजिशन। वो चीज वहां पे नहीं हो पाती, जो वैल्यू ऐड करना है वो हमें इधर से करके भेजना है। दैट्स द पॉइंट। तो हमें ये देखना है कि हम कैसे ग्रेज को प्रोसेस्ड को गारमेंट में करें, बट उसकी अलाइनमेंट होनी चाहिए, अलाइनमेंट होनी चाहिए विद द ग्लोबल ट्रेंड। अभी एक ग्लोबल ट्रेंड चल पड़ा है बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग, वो है, आप सबने सुना होगा, सस्टेनेबल। सो सस्टेनेबल का मतलब है उसमें क्या हमारी वीविंग सस्टेनेबल है, क्या हमारी प्रोसेसिंग सस्टेनेबल है, क्या उसमें जो मटेरियल गया हुआ है इज दैट अ रिसाइकल्ड मटेरियल। तो इन चीजों का महत्व बहुत बढ़ता चला जा रहा है यूएस में एंड यूरोप में। सो जो इनपुट आपका सस्टेनेबल होगा, जो इनपुट आपका रिसाइकल्ड होगा, उसके लिए एंड कंज्यूमर इज मोर अट्रैक्टेड, उसकी मार्केट बढ़ती चली जा रही है। सो हमें ये देखना है इच्चलकरंजी में कि क्या हम उस चीज को, हाउ कैन वी टाई इट अप एंड हाउ कैन आवर ग्रेज फैब्रिक्स, उसको हम सस्टेनेबल बना सकते हैं। मे बी आप उस चीज को अकेले ना कर सकें, लेकिन अगर हम एक वर्कशॉप करते हैं साथ में दिल्ली में, तो उसमें कई थॉट्स आ सकते हैं, कई आइडियाज आपके कन्वर्ट हो सकते हैं।
सर, जैसे आपने कहा कि फैब्रिक जो इच्चलकरंजी से बनता है वो डायरेक्ट एक्सपोर्ट नहीं हो सकता, मेनली गारमेंट मार्केट है यूएसए में। तो क्या ट्राइबर्ग हमारे को इसमें हेल्प कर सकते हैं कि हम लोग एक वैल्यू चेन क्रिएट करें फ्रॉम फैब्रिक टिल गारमेंट, और जो आपका इंटीग्रेशन है बाकी के जो सप्लायर्स हैं उनके साथ में मिलकर ट्राइबर्ग का लीड लेकर हम लोग डायरेक्ट सप्लाई कर सके यूएसए एक कंसोर्टियम में?
एब्सोल्युटली हो सकता है, बिल्कुल हो सकता है. वी आर डूइंग दिस ऑलरेडी, जैसे गौरव ने बोला, वी आर डूइंग दिस ऑलरेडी विद डिफरेंट ब्रांड्स फॉर बिरला लीवा. सो वो हम एक रिसाइकल्ड यान, एक रिसाइकल्ड फैब्रिक की तरह अच्छे से मार्केट हो चुका है. रिलायंस का आर-इलान का यान अच्छे से एथलेटिक एथलीजर वेयर में मार्केट हो चुका है. सो दोज एग्जांपल्स आर इन फ्रंट ऑफ अस. So why it can't be done with Ichalkaranji? मतलब I have no doubts that it can be done.
इज ऑलरेडी बीइंग डन. ऐसा नहीं है कि इचलकरंजी का कपड़ा यूएस में शिप नहीं हो रहा है. कॉटन के बहुत सारे कपड़े मैं खुद इचलकरंजी से बाय कर रहा हूँ. प्रॉब्लम ये है कि बहुत ही कम वीवर्स की विजिबिलिटी हमें है. वेरएज अगर आप इचलकरंजी को साउथ से कंपेयर करोगे, साउथ के अंदर जो है ना विजिबिलिटी जो लोगों की है वो ज्यादा है. और जबकि साउथ में तो देयर आर प्लेयर्स व्हिच आर इवन डोंट हैव लूम्स, इवन देन दे हैव अ विजिबिलिटी टू ब्रांड्स. एक फर्क ये है कि डेफिनेटली साउथ की जो मिल्स हैं दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग अ फिनिश फैब्रिक, वेयर एज यू आर प्रोवाइडिंग अ रॉ मटेरियल. लेकिन रॉ मटेरियल के अंदर भी बहुत स्कोप है. देखिए डेफिनेटली ग्रेस तो नहीं एक्सपोर्ट किया जा सकता, लेकिन आप मल्टीपल क्वालिटीज मल्टीपल प्रोडक्ट का ग्रेज वहां बन रहा है और वो ऑलरेडी खपत हो रहा है. लेकिन पॉइंट ये है कि जितना भी फेम है ना उसका, वो सब एक मिडल मैन उठा रहे हैं. बहुत सारे मिडल मैन एंगेज किए हुए हैं आप लोगों ने. आपको उन्हें कट डाउन करना पड़ेगा. आपको आगे मार्केट में सप्लाई चेन में आगे आकर के बैठना पड़ेगा और डायरेक्ट अपना माल बेचना पड़ेगा. और उसके अलावा एक बहुत बड़ी ग्लोबल प्रॉब्लम लास्ट ईयर जो हमने फेस की है और ये साल हम फिर से फेस कर सकते हैं. चाइना बहुत स्मार्टली काम करता है. चाइना हमसे कॉटन खरीद करके और हमसे ही सस्ता कपड़ा सप्लाई करने की प्रॉब्लम की पॉसिबिलिटी रखता है. और जब इंडिया में क्या होता है, था बिल्कुल थोड़ी सी लास्ट ईयर देयर वाज जस्ट 1% डिमांड इंक्रीज्ड फ्रॉम, इफ यू विल सी कि चाइना का बिजनेस का कन्वर्जन हुआ तो शायद 1% भी नहीं हुआ. लेकिन प्राइसेस ऐसे पीक कर गए कि दे हैव गॉन अनअफोर्डेबल. कॉटन का कपड़ा खरीद पाना अनअफोर्डेबल हो गया ब्रांड्स के लिए, जिसकी वजह से उसे उन्हें, क्योंकि इचलकरंजी इज मेजरली कॉटन कर रहा है, उन्हें वहां से मूव आउट होकर के रेयन पे जाना पड़ा. जो रेयन भी नहीं खरीद पा रहा था उसे पॉलिएस्टर पे जाना पड़ा. क्योंकि ब्रांड्स के साथ एक प्रॉब्लम है, अगर मैं यूएस पोलो की टी शर्ट खरीदता हूँ और मैं 1000 रुपीज की टी शर्ट खरीदता हूँ, मैं उसे 1500 में नहीं खरीदूंगा. आई विल गो टू सम अदर ब्रांड हुई सेलिंग इट एट 1000 रुपीज और आई विल चेंज द मटेरियल. ब्रांड्स कैन नॉट चेंज देयर रिटेल प्राइस. दे आर वेरी वेरी स्टैग्नेंट ऑन द रिटेल प्राइसेस. ये हमें समझना पड़ेगा. इसलिए हमें रॉ मटेरियल के प्राइसेस को एक शॉर्ट टर्म एडवांटेज के लिए बढ़ाने से पहले सोचना है कि हमें एक लॉन्ग टर्म रिलेशनशिप एक ऐसे ब्रांड के साथ डेवलप करना है जो मेरे पर्टिकुलर 100 लूम 50 लूम क्या साल भर चला सकता है. मुझे ऐसी ब्रांड के साथ एंगेज होना है और उसे कंसिस्टेंट सर्विस, प्राइस, क्वालिटी और इनोवेशन देनी है.
तो सर इचलकरंजी से अगर 3 से 4 व्यापारी अगर अपना ग्रुप बनाए जो लाइक माइंडेड हैं और वो आपके साथ जुड़े हैं कि सर हम लोग एक बड़ा ऑर्डर लेना चाहते हैं, आप हमको किसी मर्चेंडाइजर के साथ जोड़ दीजिए जो आगे एक्सपोर्ट करेगा और फैब्रिक हमारा लेगा, तो ये पॉसिबिलिटी है?
बिल्कुल है सर.
मैं अभी जो मौजूद हैं काफ़ी यंग जनरेशन है इचलकरंजी की जो आगे बिजनेस संभालने वाली है, उनसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि वो लोग अपना ग्रुप बनाएं, क्योंकि ऑर्डर्स हम लोग छोटे छोटे सर्विस नहीं दे सकते. जब को एक्सपोर्ट में जाना वी हैव टू बी लार्ज सप्लायर्स. तो हम लोग किसी के साथ जुड़ें, एक ग्रुप बनाएं और इनको अप्रोच करें कि सर हमारे को फैब्रिक बेचना है, आप हमको आगे का लाइन जोड़ के दीजिए. इस चीज़ के लिए किसी को भी कोई क्वेरी है प्लीज़ आगे आइए. ये क्वेरी आपके सॉल्व करने का बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है.
Good evening, everyone. This is Neelam Devnal, and I'm representing Ken Global Designs over here. As you said, for great manufacturers, we can connect to you directly. Even I would like to connect with your design team, as we are a garment manufacturers too, and we do export. So would like to connect with your design team to see the forecast of designs of product, fabric, and all together. So sustainability, already we are connected with ABFRL and Landmark Group. So would like to connect with your design team. Is that possible? We can have appointment and we can deal with that.
Yeah, so when we hold a workshop, it will include design, product development, fabric engineers from our side, and merchandising.
Okay.
You know, because only then the whole loop can be completed.
Done.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Gaurav ji and Sanjay ji. And,
one minute.
sorry. Yeah. Sorry. or there's some more questions coming in, please.
Hello, sir. Good evening. Akhil this side. Sir, as you heard right now, as we have a gray sold to the export houses in Delhi market, and we are facing a lyocell problem out there. If you heard about this thing?
Yeah, I have heard about that.
Sir, what's the wrong in the lyocell? It's actually expensive fiber, which will be mixed with the cotton fiber to cost cut. Actually, it's not done by the weavers or the traders. It's totally done by the industries. And those still selling those yarns as an 100% cotton. And it's unsustainable fiber. Both are sustainable fibers. So is there any wrong thing that has been done in an industry, or it's okay with the exporters?
No, it is not, definitely not okay with the exporter. Whenever you are like, if you have read any customer's protesting protocol, if a customer is buying any particular fabric which has 100% cotton, viscose, or whatever it is, they expect a 0% impurity into it. And if it is a blend, say it is a 55% cotton and 45% viscose, in that they allow a 3% tolerance, but the tolerance is like that, it cannot be a third element coming into it. So brand does not expect that. I understand that lyocell used to be 2 years back, lyocell used to be an expensive fiber than a cotton, but right now lyocell is a cheaper fiber. And the reason the spinners have mixed it, like the people are saying that the cotton was not of good quality, to give a strength, they have mixed 7% of lyocell. A lot of problem came since last 6 months. We are facing this issue, but definitely brands do accept it sometime, but they definitely, it is not necessary. You can't impose it. It's a deal. आपने एक डील कर ली मेरे साथ कि भैया मैं तेरे को 100% सोना दूंगा. अब उस 100% सोने के अंदर आप तांबा मिला दो या प्लेटिनम मिला दो. प्लेटिनम महंगा है, लेकिन आपकी मेरी डील तो सोने की थी ना. इट इज लाइक दैट. तो कस्टमर अपनी टेस्टिंग प्रोटोकॉल पे अगर आपको वेवर दे देता है या एक्सेप्ट कर लेता है, वो उसकी विश है. यू कांट इम्पोज हिम. आप ये नहीं कह सकते मैं तो तेरे को बेटर चीज दे रहा हूँ, मुझे नहीं चाहिए बेटर चीज. कस्टमर ये आकर के कहेगा.
बट सर, जस्ट अ थिंग इज कि इसका चैलेंज तो गारमेंट बनने के बाद आ रहा है, नॉट इन द प्रोसेस.
नहीं. आप इसका ग्रेज का भी अगर फाइबर कंटेंट चेक करोगे, वहां पे भी लायोसल आएगा, यान में भी आएगा. और प्रोसेसिंग में या गारमेंट बनाने में थोड़ी ना कोई लायोसल डाल देगा उसके अंदर. ग्रेज के अंदर यान स्टेज में ही वो प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है.
सर, दैट्स व्हाट आई एम आस्किंग यू कि ग्रे स्टेज पे हम लोगों के यहाँ पे चेकिंग अगर हम कर रहे हैं, तो जो हम मिल से परचेस कर रहे हैं तो 100% कॉटन का बिल आ रहा है. वी आर पेइंग देम एज एन ऑन कैश. देन ग्रे स्टेज से जो फैब्रिक जा रहा है डाइंग में, वो प्रोसेस हो रहा है, क्योंकि कॉटन
ग्रे स्टेज के अंदर या फिर यान स्टेज के अंदर आपको यान के रैंडम बैच कंटेंट टेस्ट करने पड़ेंगे. उसके बाद आप उसका बिल क्लियर करो. अगर वहीं पर आपको लायोसल डिटेक्ट हो रहा है जिन बैच में, आप उसे वहीं पर ही डिस्कार्ड कर दो, या फिर आप कस्टमर को उसी टाइम कॉल आउट कर दो कि इसके अंदर मेरा 100% कॉटन नहीं आएगा. ये एक ग्लोबल प्रॉब्लम 6 महीने से इससे ज्यादा से अब आ रहा है. अब फिर भी थोड़ा कम हुआ है, लेकिन कस्टमर की विश है वो एक्सेप्ट करे या नहीं करे.
सर, बिकॉज इन नेक्स्ट मंथ we are hearing by the mills that Australian cotton is to be get indulged. That is also a hurdle to us now, because uski jo spinning hai, that will be more weaker than the which we are getting right now. So that will be a big hurdle then again.
So in that case, we need to select right staple length yarn for fiber count, for finer counts. और जो ये कॉटन है जिसकी स्टेपल लेंथ कम है, जो कि वीकर है, आपको कोर्सर काउंट्स के अंदर उसे इंपोज करना पड़ेगा. आपको फाइबर का राइट सिलेक्शन करना पड़ेगा. जो आपको लग रहा है कि मेरी वीक है, या तो आप उसे ब्लेंड्स में ले जाएं या कोर्सर काउंट्स में ले जाएं. और जहां पर आपको लगता है कि मेरी स्टेपल लेंथ अच्छी है, जहां पे कॉटन मेरा इंडियन कॉटन है, उसे आप फाइनर में ले जाएं. और अकॉर्डिंगली आपको सिलेक्शन करके करना पड़ेगा. सर, आप लायोसेल इंटेंशनली लायोसेल डाल करके फिर तो पॉलिएस्टर ही डाल दो. सर, अगर ऐसा ही करना
the thing is,
और अच्छी स्ट्रेंथ आ जाएगी.
Sir, majorly in Ichalkaranji, we are facing with the RPM thing. We have a high speed RPMs, and that needs more CSPs.
I know. I understand, because you are making just grades and it is air jet looms.
May I come in, Gaurav over here?
Yeah, please.
सब short and sweet.
Yeah.
हम export करना चाहते हैं.
Yes, sir.
Exporter हमसे आके खरीदना नहीं चाहता है.
Yes, sir.
So whatever a exporter is used to, we will have to deliver. Whether it is cost effective or not, how we can make it cost effective. That is why in this seminar, we have also included improvement of our efficiency. Because as a technical person, I can tell you, we are very, very inefficient in everything that we do.
Yes.
So we have tried to address in the seminar, right from the software to the logistics to other this thing, and we'll also cover this point. Yes, definitely there are challenges. That is the reason exports have not happened. Are those challenges addressable? Yes. So when I said in my opening remarks, we have intent, but we don't have commitment. Intent is, I will try to get the best cotton yarn, लेकिन lyocell आ जाएगा तो मैं भेज दूंगा. Commitment is कि no matter what happens, I will not sell lyocell. So I think that difference, but I think we will cover this as we go ahead, and this will be answered. Most welcome. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to us, and we look forward to our interaction. I have to go now, otherwise I'll miss my flight. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Wonderful.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Tribuck Buying House, Gaurav Mehta, sir, and Sanjay Shukla, sir. Now, I would like to call upon Professor Dr. P.V. Kadole. Dr. P.V. Kadole, sir, is the director of DKT Society's Textile and Engineering Institute. 33 years of academic and 3 years of industrial experience. Member of 18 professional bodies, 290 publications in international and national journals, and presented 140 papers in national and international conferences, 16 academic awards, 78 turnkey consultancy projects, Vice Chancellor nominee on various committees of Shivaji University, Principal Investigator of 09 government supported project of worth rupees 55 crores, 32 foreign assignments and visits. Under his leadership, 10 prestigious best institutes awarded.
Thank you. Such a long introduction. So, good evening, everyone. Journey from Ichalkaranji to USA rather than export from Ichalkaranji to USA. So, such a kind of seminar, and which very learned dignitaries were present on this occasion. Mr. Mehta, Mr. Kotak said a commendable man. So Mr. Mehta, Mr. Tandon, a very renowned technocrat in textile technology. Then my friends, Mr. Poddar, Mr. Bangad, Barani Madam, and Mr. Malik from Amazon. At the same time, just now we heard two gentlemen from Triberg, Mr. Gaurav Mehta and Mr. Shukla. And we started this technical session with none other than a very king of cotton, Mr. Kotak. And my dear friends, we have come in a large number. I'm very happy to see you all here for this, a very different kind of seminar being hosted by Rotary Club of Ichalkaranji, Veneto, and Indo-American Chamber of Commerce. You know, we always feel happy, you know, at DKT whenever such type of functions are being held, and then we educate the technocrats, students, or entrepreneurs from Ichalkaranji and globe that how the enhancement in textile should take place. This kind of enhancement only because they are trying to arrange this seminar that how the export from Ichalkaranji can be organized to USA market, and therefore these learned gentlemen are present today. I'll be just taking a couple of your minutes, sir. I will dwell here for some minutes here to say about my DKT, and I will integrate my DKT into all the discussions that is taking place today related to the export market. DKT, a very renowned brand, you can say, in textile education. And when it comes to the USA, let me tell you, sir, we have signed MOUs with at least six universities from USA, and so far Sir, we have signed MOUs with 26 different foreign universities. Mr. Anand Changedia, he is also our product. Today he is there in this seminar, who did a BTech from DKT and MS from North Carolina State Universities like that. I'm finding so many of our alumni who are present on this occasion. DKT has turned out a very good alumni. And I'm very proud to say that amongst the Airjet Loom owners who are there in Ichalkaranji, many of them, they are from DKT. They are DKTians and doing very good job in their day-to-day work. I'm very proud of them. When it comes to DKT, though we started in 1982 with textile brand, but slowly we diversified into other engineering programs also. And so far, today, sir, we have 12 undergraduate programs, 5 postgraduate programs, PhD centers for all these programs. And with this, today, we have around 4,000 students in this campus of Rajwada, more than 210 faculty members, more than 225 non-teaching staff, and the alumni, which has come out from this DKT, the statistics says that now it has crossed 17,000. In that, I'm very happy to share that at least around 300 to 325 alumni who are there now, right now in USA, doing very good job. Some of them, they are in the academics, but many of them, they are in the industry. At least in 42 countries, you will find the presence of alumni. And even, let me tell you, once we had been to Uganda, showing Uganda on a map, world map, becomes very difficult. So small country. And because we signed MOU with Busitama University of Uganda. And for that, we visited that university. And the university personals, they said, let us go and visit one industry nearby. When we visited that industry, sir, let me tell you, for which we are very proud, when we entered into that mill, some 3 guys, they came ahead and they touched our feet. They were DKTians. I want to say that even in a small country like Uganda, you will find DKTians. And in all globe, there are 42 countries so far wherein you will find the presence of DKT. So DKT is a foremost brand, you can say, when it comes to textile education, for which we are always proud. Local लोकांना जास्त माहित नसताना, but when you go outside at national level and at international, you will find the presence of DKT everywhere. Every textile exhibition, every ITMA exhibition, you'll find a stall of DKT. And let me tell you, in the forthcoming exhibition, which will be held in Milan in month of June 2023, already we have booked our stall. And in that, every exhibition, you will find that alumni get-together will be there. In 2019, in Barcelona, we had an alumni meet, wherein I'm proud to tell you that more than 150 students, they participated in the alumni meet. Atta Sudha, here December Made, ITMA exhibition will be held in New Delhi, in Noida. On 10th of December, we have scheduled already the alumni meet. Why I am trying to tell you this? Karan, there are so many things where the students of DKT, they do learn here. Mr. Gaurav Mehta, he spoke about the multi-fiber requirement on which we people are doing very less at Ichalkaranji, but we teach so many things, sir, when it comes to DKT. All the fibers we do teach to the students. Mr. Kotak Saab, as I said, king of cotton. This year, I mean, in 21-22, the cotton crop, the total production is around 360 lakh bales, likely to go up. But at the same time, when it comes to the export market, I think this year it is now $44.1 billion now. And it is now estimated that this will go ahead. When it comes to the technical textiles, the rise will be more than 12 to 13% every year. They say like that. Mr. Tandon also may throw some focus when he deals in his lectures today. All these things are taught to our students, and that is why the progress in when it comes to the terms of entrepreneurs, DKT entrepreneurs, they are always doing better because they are imbibed, they are inculcated with very good and sound knowledge when they are there in DKT. And therefore, when such kind of seminars are held at DKT, we are always proud. Maybe in some days to come ahead, Sudakama also will be holding one seminar related to the sizing machine, which they are coming out very newly. So like that, we are into the discussion with some 3-4 different machinery manufacturing companies. Maybe in a month or couple of months, very different kind of seminars will be held at DKT. And I hope the entrepreneurs from Ichalkaranji will take advantage of this. महत्वाचं काय आहे, export can be done. This is always there. There is the strength in entrepreneurs of DKT, entrepreneurs of Ichalkaranji. तुम्ही group करा, you make a brand of that group and definitely enter into the market. Call Triber, keep on meeting people from Triber or many other brands who are present in the global scenario, and definitely one day will come that many of our products will be exported. मागच्या वर्षी सम 2 वर्षाच्या पूर्वी आम्ही एक ट्राय केलं होतं मिस्टर ज्ञानेश्वर मुळे when he was there as the consulate general in New York, and then we tried to sell out to America, and we had made one delegation also. आमच्या सगळ्यांची व्हिसा पण झाले, but because of certain reasons that delegation could not go to USA. But I would request the entrepreneurs from Ichalkaranji to come together and go and visit, study the requirement at USA, then discuss with the people like Triber. There are many others also, and definitely with the knowledge and sound knowledge, we can definitely enter into the export of our product to USA and other markets also. With this, I'm not taking much of your time because I want to listen to the great personalities like Mr. Mehta and Mr. Sharad Tandon. And I wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kadole sir, for your knowledge. Now we will be connecting online to Mr. Rahul Padmanabha to share his knowledge regarding the investment opportunities in North Carolina, USA. Mr. Rahul Padmanabha is a seasoned international business professional with demonstrated history of working in the international trade and investment for over a decade. His accomplished areas of expertise include overseas investment, cross-border trade, business planning, new market development, internationalization, and market entry strategy. Rahul has a master's degree in international business from the University of Great Manchester, United Kingdom. In his current role as a director for North Carolina, Rahul advises company on internationalization strategies in the US with a focus on state of North Carolina. Prior to this role, Rahul was with the US Department of Commerce heading the USA program for India, where he facilitated Indian companies to expand their business in the US. Rahul sir. Over to you.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much for that kind introduction. And I just want to confirm, can you see my screen as well?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. So first of all, I would like to thank IACC for giving me this wonderful opportunity to highlight the opportunities available in North Carolina.
I would like to tell you, your presentation screen, we cannot see it. Can you share it?
Just one second. Is it visible now?
Yeah.
Is my presentation visible now?
No, sir, not yet.
Not again.
Sir, should I share it from inside?
Yeah, that would be great if that's okay. In the interest of time, let's just think there's some, yeah. Can you please enlarge this?
Yes, sir. Here you go.
Thank you very much. So sorry for the technical glitch, but I would like to thank ISCC for giving me such a wonderful opportunity for showcasing the opportunities available in North Carolina. Just a very brief intro. I represent the state of North Carolina. I'm based in India. The primary mandate of this office is primarily to support Indian companies who are looking at establishing their businesses in the US and most importantly in North Carolina. So we handle right from research, data inputs, insights, and all the way till site selection, and also even helping them set up their office or manufacturing unit, whatever it is, depending on the client. So we've helped all sizes of companies, right from MNCs to a very small. In fact, one of the recent example is a textile company based in Coimbatore, who are looking at expanding their operations in North Carolina. That is my latest textile related project that I'm dealing with. In short, to say that we are not industry focused, or we are not capex focused. All that we want is good companies to make use of the opportunities available in North Carolina. Now, quickly, I'll jump into a little bit about North Carolina. I'm going to give you a very high level overview so that you get a gist of what North Carolina is. First of all, if you can go to the next slide, please. The location. One of the most important factors why North Carolina is so unique is because of the location that it sits in. It's right in the middle of East Coast. You have access to a lot of metropolitan areas, and you have access to close to 200 million people as your customer base. That is one of the most important thing. And also, it is so strategically located that incoming flights and going out of India, for example, is relatively easy. I'm going to cover that in the next slide. But the whole point is it is in a very strategic location. Next slide, please. Now, I was talking to you about how well it is connected. So if you look at the I-95, which is sort of on the middle of the map, I-95 and I-85, these are what we call as the lifeline of North Carolina in terms of manufacturing. A lot of manufacturing units are located here. We have mainly two ports, Port of Wilmington at the bottom of the map, and little on the right-hand side is the Port of Morehead City. That's also another important port that serves the whole of North Carolina. Next one. Again, very easy access by road, rail, airport. It's a state that is really tremendously well connected throughout the state and also within the whole of US. If you look at North Carolina, if you go back 2-3 slides, it is one of the states that are very, very strategically connected. So this I-40 that you can see towards the extreme left of the map, that goes all the way till California. So east and west, and this I-95 on the middle of the map goes all the way to the north and to the south as well. So it is very, very well connected. Next 2 slides, please. Again, this is to speak about how well we are connected as a state. I want to go a little further and talk about the market itself. Next one, please. Again, Charlotte is one of the most important airports for us, including Raleigh, which is which sort of are the global connecting points for North Carolina. So I want to talk a little bit about workforce. I know there were a lot of people who are talking about different aspects of workforce and everything, but one of the most important factors that distinguishes North Carolina from the rest of the states, or I think I have to be a little more generous here. The East Coast in general is attracting a lot of talent and population. So if you look at the trend up in the entire US, there's a lot of shift that is happening from west to east. So there is a lot of people who are moving from the eastern state, from the western states towards the eastern states, such as North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and so on. The reason is very simple. The reason is these are the states that are thriving now. There are a lot of companies who are coming in and establishing themselves. And what some of the people feel, or the employees feel, is, they can get a better standard of living for the same money that they were getting in the West. So that's the reason why a lot of people are moving from the West towards the East. Next slide, please. So the workforce, like I said, because of the fact that a lot of people have moved, you have close to 5 million workers, you have close to 500,000 manufacturing units. And this is a number that I'm conservatively telling, sort of this numbers we sort of derived during COVID or just after COVID. But right now, with a newfound energy, there are a lot of companies who are moving in there and taking advantage of a lot of benefits that unfortunately COVID posed to us. For example, the real estate prices. A lot of companies who had their project dormant pre-COVID because of the steep prices now are in a position to actually invest and move forward with their plans. Next one, please. I'm going to talk about this a little later. Next one, please. So this is again to show how the population has been growing, and it is so all slides or all the talks that I'm doing related to population is mainly to showcase that there is significant amount of people who are available for any manufacturing units who are looking to set up in North Carolina. Next one, please. Another important reason why North Carolina really stands out is because of its education system. Education system in North Carolina. In fact, if you go to the next slide, we have the only textile related university in North Carolina, which is only in the whole of US. That's again a very important step. Apart from that, we have NC Duke University, Chapel, and other. We have about 53 community colleges, which is again sort of focusing on the academia bit of things. In fact, recently we had Bharat Forge who expanded there. And one of the factors that really motivated them to come to North Carolina and set up a manufacturing unit is primarily because of the education system and the collaborative engagements that they have with the industry and academia. And a little bit about this slide. I know we are talking mainly on the textile sector, but one of the reasons why I put in this slide is to show the diversity of industries that are available in North Carolina. We are at the moment talking to a very huge conglomerate who are in pretty much all the sectors that's mentioned here. One of the reasons why they are interested is, again, there is a scope for a lot of cross-pollination that's happening. A company who is in automotive can sort of also look at opportunities available in aerospace and so on and so forth. So there are a lot of opportunities across different sectors. Next slide, please. This is where your bit comes into play. More than 33,000 people work directly in the North Carolina textile sector. This includes a variety of subsectors within the textile sector. The manufacturing units itself is actually growing. The 600 is a very conservative number that I'm for sure is definitely higher than that. So again, a very strong state that supports textile industry. Next one. I was talking to you about the only textile university or institution. That's the Wilson College of Textile. That's actually pretty much one of the best in the world, like I told. These are, again, some of the factors that are closely linked with North Carolina and textile industry. Next one. Some of the top companies who are based in North Carolina, and some of them, for example, I know for a fact, Berry is actually expanding their operations within North Carolina after having established there about 5 years back. So again, a lot of opportunity for companies who are there are two-way opportunity that I see here. One, if you look at becoming a supplier to one of these companies, or if you already have established links, or if you're looking at forward integration, this is sort of the ecosystem that you are getting into. Next one. This is sort of the cluster which shows where the textile and non-woven jobs are mostly there. So when we say jobs are there, it technically means there are that many number of companies or that many number of establishments in that region. Next one, please. Now, there are reasons why we a lot of these companies come here, and that's why we pride about. We have been consistently ranked #1, including 2022. We have been consistently ranked as the top state to do business by even the Site Selection magazine. We have been ranked. So any of the accolades that you take, or any of the nationally recognized bodies who are evaluating the state in terms of ease of doing business, site selection, prosperous business prospects that are available, we are never below the 3rd or the 4th mark, I would say. So that's a big, that's something that is really, stands out when you compare it with some of the other states. Next one, please. Now, a lot of people might be wondering, apart from because a lot of states always tell this, we are really friendly, we would like to welcome a lot of international companies and so on and so forth. But what is it in reality that makes the state very attractive? I think there are only, like I said, the workforce is one of the most important. And the second most important is actually the cost of doing business. How much is it going to cost me to run an office, a sales office, a representation office, a manufacturing unit? How much is it going to cost me compared to, for example, India, or compared anywhere, for example, for that matter? The corporate income tax, the lowest in the whole of United States, is North Carolina. Now, a lot of people might say, hey, Texas doesn't have any corporate income tax at all. What about that? But they do have something called as the property tax or gross receipt tax, which is higher than your corporate income tax. So the name of the tax is different, but it is eventually a cost to the company. In that way, to address that particular point, we are at 2.5%, which is the lowest in the whole of United States among the states who charge a corporate income tax. Now, a little bit of information about this. By the year 2030, the governor's office is determined to make this a zero number. So there would be zero corporate income tax. So it would be, so if you look back about 3 or 4 years back, we were standing at 7.5% corporate income tax. So we have gradually reduced it to 2.5, and this is going to further cut down to zero in the next I think 8 years, 7 to 8 years. So that's something to look forward for companies who have a long-term vision for North Carolina. Next one, please. I was talking to you about some of the eastern states, and I want to sort of give you a comparative chart. You can read it for yourself, but again, what really stands out is the cost of doing business. 2.5% individual. And why does individual income tax also become very important is because at the end of the day, there are people working, and people would evaluate, how much would be their savings and what would be their contribution to the taxes and so on. So in that way, Again, this is very, very competitive. Next slide, please. This is a little outdated data, but we are working for the new data. It should be ready in the next couple of months. But 6.5 billion announced FDI. India, just to give you a sort of a real input, India has actually been the largest contributor of foreign direct investment in North Carolina the last year. So that's something that we really are proud about. A lot of companies have made this move and are very, very successful in North Carolina. Next one. So what are the things that we can do really for you to make sure that your task of doing business in North Carolina is successful? First of all, like I said, if you're looking at, hey, Rahul, I am interested in understanding, for example, a particular market, we would like to have the sort of the supplier list. We would like to have what kind of data, what kind of establishments are there, how many establishments are there, what are the wages, any data input point, we are there to support that. We will bring that information to you. Okay, and then you say, okay, I have all the information I need. Now I want to go and look at a small office space to support a sales office or a representative office or a plant. We will do all those things. We'll prepare an itinerary and tell these are the things that you should be focused on. These are the things that is available, and we can make all those connections, and we can actually negotiate on your behalf. And all these things that you're seeing on screen, we do it free of charge because we are funded by the government. We will do all these things at a very fast-paced track without any cost. With that, you have my email address and phone number just in case if somebody wants to get in touch. I would like to conclude by saying that there are a lot of opportunities in North Carolina in the textile field. I'm actually currently talking to about 2 or 3 companies from Coimbatore who are looking at doing something in North Carolina. And when I say something, it necessarily does not mean a manufacturing unit. It can be a very simple sales office. Now you will ask, oh, can you help me get introduction to one of the big companies, and I can put up my office. It actually works the other way. So a lot of US companies find, and only North Carolina, I'm talking for the whole of US, find it comfortable when they are dealing with a local company or a local person. When I say local person, if your company is established there, it becomes easy for understanding the opportunities and going and having that meeting with the client, which is very important. Then it becomes more of, okay, I know this person, I know this company, this is what I'm getting into. And then you can start exporting or having your, having various options as to how can you actually fulfill that order. But without being there, it is actually very difficult for a lot of companies to, for example, give orders or have a joint venture or give you a turnkey project or anything like that. So I would encourage you to look at this option of having some sort of a presence there, even through a representative or somebody, because there are a lot of opportunities for Indian companies. With that, if there are any queries or any questions, I'm happy to take it. I think during the question answer session. Otherwise, feel free to drop me an email or call me. I'll be more than happy to address this. Once again, thank you very much, IACC, for giving me this opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for hearing me out. Dignitaries, thank you very much for your patience and allowing me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Rahul sir, for connecting with us and for sharing your valuable information. Our next speaker is Mr. Harit Mehta. I would like to call upon Mr. Harit Mehta to put some light on IACC. Mr. Harit Mehta is the Director Marketing and International Sales at Harian Textiles Private Limited. With 33 years of synthetic textile meal experience, he is Generation 3 and was instrumental for the company receiving the award of the top 10 most admired companies in the textile industry in its size. He is the chairman of Indo-American Chamber of Commerce Textile Forum. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Just a quick question. How many are generation 1 in the textile industry? Generation 2? Wow. Generation 3? Super. Generation 4? Wonderful. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for having us here today. It's a pleasure and an honor to be amongst the members of the supply chain of Ichalkaranji. You play an immense and an important role in doing business between our two nations. We have a target of $100 billion of collaborative bilateral trade in textiles between our two nations. We can do it on our own. It starts with you, it starts with me, and we need no government intervention or any assistance. I must thank Mr. Tandon for interacting with Mr. Podar and Dr. Kadale for this excellent seminar to have this whole relationship between Ichalkaranji and the USA started. ISCC is guided in all its activities with the US Ambassador's Office in New Delhi. With 4 regional offices, we have only 1 textile forum. This evening, Mr. Tandon has invited speakers via Zoom on how we can buy and sell to the United States. This evening, we had a state representative from North Carolina, which you just heard, on how you can start your own mill in North Carolina. And as Mr. Tandon says that you spend 15 crores on a project, if you spend 6 crores on a project, you can have your own mill, ship your fabrics and yarns from India to your own mill in North Carolina or any state within the United States. It becomes made in the US, and you then are open to government contracts, and it becomes a seriously large business. This evening, we have Mr. Malik of Amazon International. Where is Mr. Malik? Okay. So we have Mr. Malik from Amazon International to show you how you can sell directly from India to the US. They will pick up your rolls, even container loads, and sell it to the American buyer. So let's get started. This evening, I am not going to talk with PowerPoints or statistics, nor about how and what to sell in the US, nor about what to buy from the US. You are all experts and have been in the business for many, many years. I am here to remind myself and you of the results of the survey that was done by the ISCC different regional offices with the American buyers who do business with India. I talked to you about the new textile professionals using the fast tracks, meeting the challenge of change, and the importance of you as the CEO of your company to talk directly to the Americans without the middleman. So there are no Chinese whispers involved. I will also talk about simple strategies and the managerial skills and the importance of managing people both within your company and the American company. You often spend time sending samples, negotiating, and suddenly that person leaves that company. You have lost a contact, but you've also gained a contact because a lot of people remain within the industry. And the Americans have an excellent way of record keeping. So even if that, let's call him Mr. Bond, leaves, the other person who comes knows exactly where to follow up from. I will talk to you about the importance of operations management. I know that a lot of you have been in the business for 20, 30, 50 years. And how we in sales and marketing, Mr. Tandon says they're different. And it's true. Use quick communication, and more importantly, manage your own finances carefully. We both share a common language, English, which is very easy for the Americans to understand and do business rather than the dragon. From the survey, when asked about how to recover from an awkward situation caused by an error in understanding of omission or commission, remember that whenever such misfortune strikes, you will be judged on what steps you have taken to rectify the error rather than by the outcome. Do tell him what steps you have taken internally within your own mills. Not just say, sorry, it won't happen again. He wants to know, what are you really doing to prevent an error to happen again? Tell yourself and each other that it's unfortunate that an error has occurred, and we did our best what we understood, and now let's move on. Errors happen. Some errors that the ISCC Textile Forum has come to know are fabrics that get shipped in smaller widths. They have a lesser read and pick, a different count, different content, as what the gentleman said about cotton and blends. But in the global textile trade, this is normal for initial sales to happen. So don't be afraid. The buyer has come to India. He does expect that you will make a mistake, but don't do it again, is the only story. Kapda means lafda. Please anticipate and solve these before they happen. Do not allow current problems to derail long-term business. It's okay to take a hit, to say sorry, but do ensure that it doesn't happen again. Direct your attention to the real and renewed efforts and proceed with the next business. They appreciate that. Americans appreciate genuineness and honesty and telling it like it is. I know many people from Ichalkaranji would never do this. Avoid trivial disputes. It takes an American customer 11 positive output to overcome one negative. Americans switch companies very quickly. So you risk losing a customer, not necessarily to another Ichalkaranji, but to another, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Cambodia. And we want him to remain in India. I know many in Ichalkaranji are doing this, spending on technology to enable faster production, more yarns, more fabric offerings, and handling of different fibers. Americans don't necessarily want to see variety. They want to know what you are good at, and what they want to buy right now in 6 months. They don't want something from you that they would need 2 years later. They have an excellent way of keeping records. So if they don't need something from you right now, they will get hold of you 2 years later. Hence, specialize, be flexible, and promise only what you can deliver. Responding to an American query is very important. They have to be responded very quickly. The other day, as I was speaking to somebody here, the other day, we as Indians, we always follow up a customer and we chase him and we give him a lot of bhav. But when a customer comes knocking at our door, we don't give him as much respect or as much bhav. We have to learn to treat them equally. Somebody mentioned, I think early morning, that when an American asks for customers, he asks for a sample, and there are more samples, and there are more samples. Make him pay for DHL. Your samples can be free, but make him pay for it. Then you know that he's invested in your business. When someone asks for a sample, don't flood them with 50. Ask for references before serious business starts. The other day, I was told of one very large mill making home furnishings who received an order from a very large East Coast trading company with whom they always wanted to do business, but were denied each time. An inquiry came, samples were exchanged, price settled, purchase order was communicated, and they said, "Mi paise patavte, tumi shuru kara." So 3 days went, 7 days went. The Indian supplier got hold of them and say, "Where's my money?" They said, don't worry, money is coming, you keep production on, it's in a great hurry." 2 weeks, no money. Then an Indian gentleman from that company picks up the phone and says, "I am an Indian, I've been in America for many years, we're a very large company, you're trying to do business with us. We will give you a 2 million yard order. Don't worry, you keep your goods going." The person packed the goods, marked the rolls, everything as per the order. He had to ship the goods. Now, when the goods reached the east coast of the United States, the goods were not cleared. 3 weeks. When the goods were cleared, he had to give a lower price. But he did get that $2 million order, a 2 million yard order, but at a significant lower price. So please be careful. IACC can, of course, help you when you get stuck, but it is important to be clear and careful on your payment terms from day one when the samples itself are sent. But please do be reasonable. It's a building of trust, needs clear communications, quick and truthful. The survey also showed that when Americans want to do business with you, they will spend lots of efforts and money to help you learn what they need in terms of plant, equipment, testing equipment, and inspection. This year, we fear a US relation. This year, we fear a US recession. But as Dr. Kadole said, that there are many segments within the textile industry that are growing. So as their inflation rises, the US dollar and the Indian rupee rates are pretty steady. So Americans are looking to India for what they need right now and the next 6 months. Sell now, feed now, prove yourself quickly so that you can be a serious partner. As the gentleman from Triberg said, you may not be able to sell gray to the US, but you can sell your gray to Vietnam and Mexico. As long as you get money, who cares where you sell? They appreciate that India has a lot of management availability and trained talent. But remember that the American companies are very thinly staffed. They don't have as many people in their companies. So don't make it difficult for them. You know, they wear many hats. One person deals with many countries. We have to make it easy for them. The survey also showed that making it easy for him or her matters most. They have enough problems of their own, don't add to them. Whether you are 10% less or 10% more, please adapt. He comes to you to buy from you. Help him. We as Indians give more respect to customers who we have chased and less to a customer who has come to us. Every sale counts and every interaction matters. Americans do realize that when they come to India, they too must adapt to a new vision for sourcing. It's a new country, a new vendor. They are just as concerned as you are, and more so. You must show them your plants. They will always visit you. Show them what your plant is. Even if it's small, that's okay. They don't expect you to have 1,000 looms in one massive shed. It's okay if you have 24, 50 or 100. Be open. You will be forced to move up the value chain. Show them in your day-to-day interaction that you will adopt and adapt to what they need. When you get an order, do assign somebody from your company to look after that order, to make sure 100% that you do the best you can to meet their order needs. Most mills today have spare capacity, okay? Ask the customer what he would need right now. Start that interaction so that in the short term, you both understand each other. so you can have a larger business. Always remember, focus on the bottom line and let discounts be your fees, just as you pay DKT for your education. Now I see faces in the audience who ask a question: what about sustainability and recycled fabrics? Did you know that 22 million tons of fabric ended up in landfills and only 2.5 million tons was recycled? Walmart, Kohl's, Target, and smaller brands are looking for Indian suppliers that subscribe to the same principle of sustainable manufacturing. And they want you to give back to your society, even though it's within your own environment, in CSR, and make it sustainable environment initiative, regardless of your current production sizes. They seek companies who care about the impact on your workmen, customers, suppliers, and community. Products they want immediately from India are automobile cushions, insulation panels, paper blending, wiping cloths, carpet padding, baseball filling, pillow stuffing, and even bedding for pets. Somebody asked me, how do I know what to sell? Visit fairs. You have a DKT family all over the world. Is there something that you could create an interaction with the local manufacturers and the DKT alumni? That's your starting point. Use it. And every Indian has some relative sitting in America. You milk it, use that. Always show your customer that you're going away from reduction to elimination in your manufacturing processes. Mr. Tandon wanted me to highlight, what does ISCC Textile Forum do? All our events are free. At the forum, we can be your problem solvers and your free arbitrators. Have you received this in your file? Use it. The first part is where you can sign up what you produce and what you want to buy or sell from the United States, free. If you have a question and you can't reach Triberg or any other buying houses or American brands that you search on the net, write to us at textileforum@iaccindia.com. We will help you. Free. And now to conclude with the views from the Textile Forum. In every interaction, ensure India wins and US wins. This is bigger than you and me. And it is you and me and all our interactions that will enable us to meet this $100 billion goal of bilateral and collaborative trade. Offer something else. Go that extra mile and make that buyer happy that he's buying from India. Another thing, I think I told him that when we know that another Indian has got an order from an American buyer, let us say for $2 a meter, and we know that we can sell it at $1.80, do not approach that buyer and say, hey, I will give you $1.80. You show that buyer something else. And if by and by he asks you for the same fabric, at that time you give him $1.80, but never undercut each other, because it's for our nation and it's an ocean out there. You possibly cannot drink it all. All your actions will contribute towards the goal that is set by the Americans and the Indians between the trade in our nations. Good luck, good wishes, Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Harit sir, for the knowledge you shared. Now let us call upon Mr. Anmol Malik from Amazon Global Services to put some light on how exporting directly to USA works. Mr. Anmol Malik is an experienced and enthusiastic business development manager with a demonstrated history of working in the e-commerce industry. He is skilled in program management, negotiation, business growth, and analytics, customer lifecycle, marketing strategy, data visualization, management, data analytics, consumer insights, business to business, as well as business to customer channel sales. Anmol is a strong sales professional with an MBA focused in marketing and sales from Institute of Management Technology, Hyderabad. Over to you, sir.
Thank you for the lovely introduction. I'll just, walk and talk so that I'm better able to connect with all of you here. So, सबसे पहले मैं स्टार्ट करूंगा. आज मैं सुबह आया, मुझे पोदार जी ने बताया था कि बहुत ही टैलेंटेड, बहुत ही एम्बिशियस लोग यहाँ पे रहेंगे और पहले हमारे पास ऑप्शन था कि वर्चुअल सेमिनार भी कंडक्ट कर सकते हैं और एक फिजिकल कनेक्ट भी कर सकते हैं. फिर मुझे पता लगा कि नहीं, यहाँ पे इतने एम्बिशियस और एस्पिरेशनल लोग हैं जो बहुत एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं लेकिन उनको एक सही डायरेक्शन नहीं पता या उनको उसमें एक सपोर्ट चाहिए. सो फिर मैंने सोचा हम आएंगे यहाँ पे, आपको बताएंगे कि भाई हमारे जो एक्सपोर्टर्स है और हमारा जो ये प्रोग्राम है जो अमेजोन ने लाया है, ये डायरेक्टली आपको कैसे सपोर्ट करेगा और बिना कोई हर्डल्स के, बिना कोई इश्यूज के आप डायरेक्टली यूएस के कस्टमर्स को आपके लैपटॉप और स्क्रीन पे कैसे सेल कर पाएंगे आपके प्रोडक्ट्स. सो ये एक बेसिक इंट्रोडक्शन है अमेजोन ग्लोबल सेल्स प्रोग्राम का. ये हमारा जो प्रोग्राम है ये हमने 2015 में स्टार्ट किया था और अभी इस प्रोग्राम को कुछ 7 साल हुए हैं. 7 इयर्स में हमारे सीनियर मैनेजर्स ऐसा कहते हैं कि हमने 7 साल में उतनी ग्रोथ की है कि अगर हम नास्डैक में अगर हम लिस्ट होंगे तो हम एक मिड कैप कंपनी की उस एंगल में हम लिस्ट हो पाएंगे. So that is a kind of growth which we have achieved in 7 years. ठीक है? And what we all feel is that this is just the tip of the iceberg. The growth is exponential. So that is why we've come. आपको बताने के लिए कि भाई कितनी opportunities है, कितना scope है. आपको product का knowledge है, आपको पता है कि भाई ये product से ये costing रहेगी, ये pricing रहेगी. हम आपको ये बताएंगे कि आपको वो प्राइसिंग के साथ क्या कलर्स भेजने हैं, क्या कस्टमाइज करना है, किस क्वालिटी में भेजना है, किस प्राइसिंग में बेचना है, जिससे आप घर बैठे बैठे आपके एक लैपटॉप पे पूरी दुनिया में अमेजोन पे प्रोडक्ट्स बेच पाएंगे. तो इसी के साथ मैं शुरू करता हूं हमारा प्रेजेंटेशन, जिसमें आपको एक ओवरव्यू बताऊंगा ये ग्लोबल सेल्स प्रोग्राम के बारे में. सो या प्लीज. Yeah. So first I'll cover about the e-commerce exports. Second, Amazon global selling overview. Third, global selling services for exports. और हमारे कुछ sellers की service success stories. Yeah. So e-commerce exports ये एक हमारा statistical figure है जो हम expect करते हैं कि by 2030 we'll reach at $125 billion worth of exports. And of course, basis all your support, we expect Amazon's global sales performance to be a significant part of this. So यहाँ पे हमारे लिखे हुए attractive destination markets for India. Of course, आज के टाइम में भी अगर हमारा for example जैसे $100 बिजनेस होता है तो उसमें सबसे ज्यादा proportion US का ही होता है. तो इससे हमें समझ में आता है कि US हमारे लिए कितना important strategic partner है in terms of business, in terms of bilateral trade and many more aspects. अब इसमें अगर मैं आपको बताऊं 48% हमारा जो एमएस जो कंट्रीब्यूशन है वो मीडियम एंड स्मॉल एंटरप्राइजेस से आ रहा है. सो इसके लिए हमको ये भी समझ में आता है कि हमें इस पे ध्यान देना. हमारा 48% जो है हमें उस पे ध्यान देना है ताकि हम उसको एनकरेज करके हम उसको ग्रो कर पाए. नेक्स्ट, हमारे जब फाउंडर आए थे, जब इंडिया आए थे, हमने एक विजन रखा था कि बाय 2025 we'll reach $5 billion cumulative exports. and I'm very humbly, I would like to share this story that we'll achieve this much before 2025, all because of our aspirational exporters जो धीरे धीरे समझ रहे हैं the power of technology and the power of exports. We started with a few hundred sellers back in 2015, you know. वो कुछ sellers थे जिन्होंने सोचा हम भेजेंगे अपने products, बिकेंगे नहीं बिकेंगे, अगर नहीं बिके तो क्या होगा, अगर बिक गया तो क्या होगा. वो कुछ 100 से आज हमने हमारे Amazon ग्लोबल सेल्स के प्रोग्राम में 1 लाख के ऊपर एक्सपोर्टर्स जो है, जो सेलर्स है, एक्सपोर्टर्स है, ट्रेडर्स है, वो हमारे प्रोग्राम में इंडियन सेलर्स ट्रेड कर रहे हैं. सो 7 years में 100 से 1 लाख पहुंच जाना कोई एक छोटी मोटी बात नहीं है, आप लोग भी समझते हैं, राइट? हमारी प्रोडक्ट कैटेगरीज के बारे में बात करूं तो हमने स्टार्ट किया था बेडिंग, जो ऑफ कोर्स बेडिंग, बाथ और अपैरल्स, बट धीरे धीरे हम बहुत सारी कैटेगरीज में घुसे, जैसे ब्यूटी हो गया, टॉयज हो गया, एंड ऑफ कोर्स जो आज भी हमारी स्ट्रेंथ है वो टेक्सटाइल ही है. और क्योंकि आज हम इस प्रोग्राम में आए तो मैं आपको टेक्सटाइल के बारे में और बातें बताऊंगा जो हमारे ग्लोबल सेल्स प्रोग्राम से रेलेवेंट है. आज के टाइम में आप अपने स्क्रीन पे बैठे बैठे 200 से ऊपर कंट्रीज जो है वहां पे आप अपने प्रोडक्ट्स एक्सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं FBA प्रोग्राम के थ्रू. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. सो ये हमारा एक स्टैटिस्टिकल फिगर है. जैसे मैंने आपको कहा हमने 2015 में स्टार्ट किया था, फिर हमने 2018 में हम आए. 2018 में अब जैसे आपको पता है कि प्रोडक्ट क्या है, कैसे है, बट लेकिन हमको गाइडेंस चाहिए थी कि भाई हमारी ब्रांडिंग कैसे होगी, हम जब एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं तो उसके लिए क्या कंप्लायंस लगेगा, क्या सर्टिफिकेशन लगेगा. तब हमने ये SPN नेटवर्क शुरू किया था. सो ये SPN नेटवर्क हमारे रजिस्टर्ड Amazon पे हमारे रजिस्टर्ड पार्टनर्स है जो हमारे जैसे जो सेलर्स है उनको ब्रांडिंग, कंप्लायंस, टैक्सेशन, एडवर्टाइजिंग, अकाउंट ऑप्टिमाइजेशन इसमें सपोर्ट करते हैं. फिर 2019 में हमने हिमाचल प्रदेश गवर्नमेंट एंड पंजाब गवर्नमेंट के साथ काफी MOUs साइन किए थे जिसमें हम एनकरेज कर रहे थे to encourage exports from those particular states. We conduct multiple workshops throughout, and these days also we are doing it. Yeah. Then 2020 we reached a cumulative $2 billion of sales, which is again a mammoth figure. And then 2022 we even signed a UP government an MOU with the UP government, and this year we've reached $5 billion of cumulative exports in India. I mean, $5 billion is a huge kind of a figure for a company who just started in 2015. तो आप समझ सकते हैं कि ये हमने वो 1 लाख सेलर्स से स्टार्ट किया था, बट हमारा विजन है कि वो 5 बिलियन को 25 बिलियन करने का, और ये हम आप लोग के सपोर्ट के थ्रू कर पाएंगे. नेक्स्ट. ये एक हमारा मैप है जिससे मैं आपको कह रहा था कि हम कौन कौन से कंट्रीज में Amazon के जो प्रोग्राम है वो हेल्प करता है. सो ये सारे कंट्रीज में आप घर बैठे बैठे ये सारे कंट्रीज में आप सेल कर सकते हैं. कनाडा, USA, मेक्सिको, ब्राजील, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, मिडिल ईस्ट, टर्की, जर्मनी, स्वीडन, एंड द लिस्ट गोज ऑन एंड ऑन. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. So, like I mentioned, US is one of our very important market. I have been working for the North America market since the start of my career, and Europe is the second biggest market for us. And so, usually, what happens is people who are into bedding, who are into home textiles, start with US. You know, start understanding the market, and then they further expand into Europe, Middle East, and a lot of emerging countries as well. Next, please. Yeah, I mentioned this. Next. अब यहाँ टॉप एक्सपोर्ट सिटीज इन इंडिया की बात करूंगा. तो जैसे मैं और मेरी कलीग जो आई है तन्वी, हम जो वेस्ट रीजन हम मैनेज करते हैं. तो वेस्ट रीजन में हमारे काफी सारे मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हैं जो गुजरात से हैं, और लेकिन अगर मैं आपको सही बताऊं तो जो सबसे कॉस्ट एफिशिएंट हमारे जो मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हमने जो ऑब्जर्व किया है वो ऑफ कोर्स जो मिल ओन करते हैं या जो जिनका एकदम हाई लेवल ऑफ एफिशिएंसी पहुंच चुके हैं. तो वो सोलापुर के मैंने मैन्युफैक्चरर्स के साथ काफी बात की, मैंने समझा कि वो कैसे उस प्राइस पे उस क्वालिटी लाते हैं. तो तब हमें और क्लियरली ये समझ में आया कि टू गेट द बेस्ट प्रॉफिट मार्जिन एट द बेस्ट प्राइस And to create a very strong brand, one needs to be a manufacturer. Of course, traders and other sellers can also do it. Not ऐसा नहीं कि वो नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन the kind of expertise which a manufacturer has, that because उसके experience है, उसकी buying knowledge है, जो उसने इतने साल में उसको आई है. So that is where we are looking at, we are looking at those manufacturers who can produce the right product at the right price, and you leave the selling to us. We'll help you कि भाई आपको बेचना क्या है, क्या GSM का, फॉर एग्जांपल टावल की अगर मैं बात करूं, आपको क्या GSM भेजना है, क्या कलर भेजना है, क्या आपका कस्टमाइजेशन होना चाहिए, कैसी आपकी ब्रांडिंग होनी चाहिए, वो सब में हम आपको सपोर्ट करेंगे. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. ये हमारी सारी ब्रांड्स है, काफी आपको पता होगी, काफी हमारे Amazon पे अच्छे से सेल कर रहे हैं. जैसे टेक्सटाइल में है कैलिफोर्निया डिजाइन डेन, थ्रेड स्प्रेड, लेदर में क्लिफ्टन हेरिटेज, आयुर्वेदा में एसवी ऑर्गेनिक्स, टॉयज में हमारा स्किलमैटिक्स है. टॉप MSME ब्रांड्स आपने मामा अर्थ का नाम तो सुना ही होगा, आई एम श्योर. वेल नोन ब्रांड्स में हल्दीराम्स, फैब इंडिया, इवन नाइका फॉर दैट मैटर. ये सारी ब्रांड्स धीरे धीरे ग्लोबल हो रही है Amazon के थ्रू. इसमें से एक और मैं आपको बात बताना चाहूंगा. कुछ ब्रांड्स इसमें से है जिन्होंने स्टार्ट किया था, ऑफ कोर्स वो इंडिया में मैन्युफैक्चर कर रहे थे या B2B सेल कर रहे थे, लेकिन धीरे धीरे उनकी एक फैक्ट्री जो है वो आज के टाइम में सिर्फ Amazon के लिए चल रही है. यू गेट दैट? तो वो स्केल ऑफ ऑपरेशंस जो है, जो उन्होंने अचीव किया है, हम चाहते हैं कि हम और ऐसे सेलर्स लाए, हम और ऐसे हमारे एक्सपोर्टर्स आए जो ये स्केल ऑफ ऑपरेशंस में हमें हेल्प करें. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. ये हमारे कुछ जो सक्सेसफुल सेलर्स हैं उनके छोटे आर्टिकल्स है. स्किलमैटिक्स हमारे मिस्टर सेठ, he also started with us some years back, and स्किलमैटिक्स जो जैसे टॉयज का है, इसमें उन्होंने काफी हमारा लिवरेज लिया हुआ है. So he's doing exceptionally well. Next please. She's Mr. Goenka from SV Organics. So like you can see, our store initially had earnings of only about $1,500 per day. However, with Amazon's constant support and encouragement, our team is working constantly towards fueling our commitment to provide high quality essential oils to US retail customers. So आप देख सकते हैं कि $1,500 से वो $15,000 पर डे पे आई है. So हमारा सजेशन ये है कि आप प्रोडक्ट पे ध्यान दीजिए, बाकी सारा जो है वो Amazon देखेगी, आपको Amazon सपोर्ट करेगी इन टर्म्स ऑफ प्राइसिंग, कस्टमाइजेशन, ब्रांडिंग. वी आर देयर टू हेल्प यू आउट. Yeah, she's from Karur, exceptional, really commendable woman who's achieved great heights. Next please. हाँ, so ये हमारी स्टेप्स है कि Amazon ग्लोबल सेलिंग पे कैसे रजिस्टर करते हैं. उसके अलावा आप एक बार गो थ्रू कर सकते हैं. So जैसे ही इसकी प्रोसेस एक बार ओवरव्यू बताऊं, तो हम जैसे अकाउंट मैनेजर्स हमारी टीम से जो आएंगे, आपको गाइड करेंगे कि आपको कैसे रजिस्टर करना है. रजिस्ट्रेशन के बाद आप अपनी सारी बैंक अकाउंट डिटेल्स सब कुछ डालेंगे, जिससे आपका सेलर सेंट्रल अकाउंट बनता है. जब आप सेलर सेंट्रल अकाउंट बनाते हैं, वहां से आपका लिस्टिंग प्रोसेस शुरू होता है. आप सब Amazon इंडिया से तो आप प्रोडक्ट्स ऑर्डर करते हैं, आई एम श्योर. अब वो प्रोडक्ट कैसा दिखेगा, जिससे मैं अगर घर बैठे बैठे अपने फोन पे अगर मैं देख रहा हूं, उसमें फोटोज कैसे होने चाहिए, उसमें वीडियोस कैसे होने चाहिए, उसमें प्रोडक्ट की लाइफस्टाइल इमेजेस कैसे डालनी है, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, राइट? क्योंकि यहाँ पे कस्टमर टेस्ट करने नहीं आ रहा कि आपका प्रोडक्ट कैसा है और हम खरीदेंगे, ऐसा नहीं है. उसका जो डिसीजन है आपके मोबाइल पे बैठे बैठे उसको लेना है. सो अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेप टू बी केयरफुल अबाउट. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. The registration process is very simple. What you need is a new email address, you need a bank statement, and you need a valid ID proof. That's it. With that, you can start selling in any marketplace across the globe. Next, please. ये काफी सारे टूल्स हैं, एडवर्टाइजिंग, सेल यूनिवर्सिटी, SPN जैसे मैं आपको बता रहा था, who help you in selling in multiple marketplaces. Next. Sit. अच्छा, ये FBA मॉडल की अगर मैं बात करूं, which is fulfillment by Amazon. अब आपने प्रोडक्ट्स बना लिए, ठीक है, अब आपने उसको अब बिकेंगे कैसे, ठीक है. अब आप US से अगर आपका प्रोडक्ट इंडिया में ही पड़ा है, ठीक है, लेकिन आपका कस्टमर को ऑर्डर पसंद आया और उसने प्लेस किया, लेकिन हो सकता है आप प्राइम डिलीवरी का मतलब ये होता है कि 1 से 2 दिन में प्रोडक्ट घर पे डिलीवर हो, लेकिन आप इंडिया में बैठे हैं, बहुत सारे एक्सपोर्ट रीजंस की वजह से हो सकता है वो डिले हो जाए, जिसकी वजह से कस्टमर रेटिंग खराब होती है, रिव्यू खराब होता है, जिससे सेलर एक्सपीरियंस जो है, जो कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस है, वो इंपैक्ट करता है। इसीलिए हमारा ये सजेशन है कि आप सिर्फ प्रोडक्ट पे ध्यान दीजिए, वहां से डिलीवरी, कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस, इंटर वेयरहाउस मूवमेंट, आपका प्रोडक्ट जो है वो एक वेयरहाउस में जाएगा, वहां से अलग अलग वेयरहाउस में भिजवाने की जिम्मेदारी हमारी है। हम वो करेंगे और इंश्योर करेंगे कि आपका प्रोडक्ट सही जगह पे, सही टाइम पे, सही कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस के साथ डिलीवर हो। दैट इज ऑल अबाउट FBA मॉडल। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। So yeah, sell in 18 different marketplaces. एक ही सेलर सेंट्रल से आप मल्टीपल मार्केट प्लेसेस में एक क्लिक ऑफ द बटन से आप जा सकते हैं। आपने क्लिक से आप नॉर्थ अमेरिका मार्केट को ओपन किया, नेक्स्ट क्लिक आप ओपन करेंगे तो आप यूरोप मार्केट प्लेस में आ जाएंगे। इट इज दैट सिंपल। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। ये लिस्टिंग क्रिएशन की जैसे मैं आपको बात कर रहा था, ये एक ये एक बेसिक लिस्टिंग है। जैसे आप देख पा रहे हैं कि ये प्रोडक्ट दिख कैसे रहा है, यहाँ पे बेडशीट्स है जिसमें 4 पीस बेडिंग सेट है। सो ऑफ कोर्स हमारे बहुत सारे यहाँ पे सेलर्स हैं जो बेडिंग में भी होंगे, जो प्रोडक्ट्स ऐसे बना पाएंगे। सो ये एक बेसिक लिस्टिंग का फॉर्मेट है। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। अच्छा, यहाँ पे अब ये भी होगा कि समझो आपने अपनी लिस्टिंग कर दी कि नहीं भाई, मैंने इंग्लिश में अपनी लिस्टिंग कर दी या कोई भी अपने लैंग्वेज में लिस्टिंग कर दी, पर अगर मैंने जर्मनी में मुझे प्रोडक्ट सेल करने हैं, यूरोप में सेल करने हैं, वो कैसे आप करेंगे? सो अमेजोन के इनबिल्ट टूल ऐसे हैं कि जो मार्केट प्लेस में आप सेल करना चाह रहे हैं उसमें वो लैंग्वेज कन्वर्ट हो जाएगी, जो टाइटल्स कन्वर्ट हो जाएंगे, जिसमें आपको कुछ भी नहीं करना, सब कुछ अमेजोन की इनबिल्ट मैकेनिज्म करेगी। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। enabling D2C brands to go global. ये एक प्रोग्राम है जहां पे हम हमारे मेंटोर्स हेल्प करते हैं काफी डायरेक्ट टू कंज्यूमर ब्रांड्स को टू स्केल इनटू ग्लोबल मार्केट प्लेसेस। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। हमारे सी शिपमेंट प्रोवाइडर्स है, एयर शिपमेंट प्रोवाइडर्स है। अभी आपके जो प्रोडक्ट्स है वो तो काफी वॉल्यूमेट्रिक होते हैं। अगर आप जैसे शीट्स, बेड शीट्स ले लो, कंफर्टर्स ले लो, या आप टॉवल्स ले लो। अब आप एयर शिपमेंट, काफी सारे सेलर्स एयर शिपमेंट बेचते हैं, काफी सारे सेलर्स सी शिपमेंट बेचते हैं। सो हमारे सेलर सेंट्रल में आपको आपके प्रोडक्ट की डिटेल्स आपने डाले, इमीडिएटली फेडेक्स या यूपीएस इज आवर इनबिल्ट is our partner provider. They'll come to your warehouse, pick the products, and then deliver it to Amazon's warehouse in the US. You get that? So everything is streamlined. उसमें आपको क्या quotation आ रहा है, क्या charge हो रहा है, that will also get deducted from your seller central account. Next, please. So he's a senior vice president, Amit Agarwal. आपने उनका नाम सुना ही होगा. So basically, he also has a very strong vision for our exports. And you know, we are seeing to go over $20 billion by 2025. So I'm sure कि ये presentation तो बहुत ही, आपको और भी इसमें सवाल होंगे, कैसे होता है, क्या होता है. So myself and my colleague Tanvi, both of us are here. We'll be there post the presentation as well. You know, we can address all your questions. But the point of the entire presentation was कि जैसे I heard a very interesting line that lot of you have the intent, maybe not the right commitment. So let us take a good commitment, a very strong commitment to go global. We would of course suggest to go via Amazon, but definitely go global, because ultimately whatever you sell, we'll earn in dollars, and which will help our India to, you know, earn forex and improve our financial and economic situation. So yes, we are there to help you out, help you sell globally. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anmol sir, for giving us information about the Amazon platform. I would like to invite on stage CEO of Sub Infotech Solutions Private Limited, Mr. Ritesh Mehta. Sub Infotech is specialized in delivering its solutions in the area of textile export, accounting, and documentation. yarn manufacturing, gray manufacturing, finished trading, process job work from past 30 years. Their clientele spread across Mumbai, Bhiwandi, Surat, Delhi, Bangalore, Pali, Tarapur, Bhilwara, Indonesia, and Africa. They are known for hand-holding customers and guiding them in achieving in process, automations, and achieving synergies. They are known for their in-depth search in textile domain and a passion for connecting with latest technologies for the textile domain. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Can you start the slide?
Sir, as I told you,
It's not
yeah,
coming.
please go on.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So Sub-Infotech, I will introduce you. Sub-Infotech is in the textile industry expertise from last 30 years. हम लोग 30 साल से जो हमारे जो फाउंडर है रामकिशन अत्री, जिन्होंने 92 से ये कंपनी स्टार्ट की हुई है और टेक्सटाइल डोमेन का एक एक पार्ट है, चिप से लेके लास्ट गारमेंट तक, every process they have worked with in-depth research and they have implemented ERPs for all the industries. So we have more than 100 expertise developers in our in-house team, and we have more than 1,000 plus satisfied customers as of now. Okay. Our domestic presence, currently we are majorly in Maharashtra, like Mumbai, Bhiwandi, Tarapur, where all the manufacturing processes are there. Ichalkaranji also we have a client. Then in Rajasthan, Bhilwara, Pali, and Gujarat, Surat also is there. New Delhi traders also we are looking after. Bangalore also, and internationally also we have developed our clients for process houses and everything like Indonesia and Africa as well. So we are catered for textiles ERP in all our world presence and local presence as well. Okay, our clientels, there are major, lots of lists, but I will thank personally to Mahalakshmi Text Clothing, Ichalkaranji, they, especially Nirmalji and Sharadji, for their support from last 12 years. They are using our ERPs and giving us the platform to support them and their businesses to grow them. And major other further clients are like Big Dex Exports, Shiji Lifestyle, United, Darshan Creations, Everflow, Encott, Fabrics Private Limited, Yash Cotton, Spurge Fab, Darshan Walji. You must have heard all these fabric industries, which we are using currently our ERPs from many years actually. Okay, our USP. Our USP is main, like we have understood textile business. So it helps us for understand what is your requirement. Like if a developer is coming without understanding of the textile business, so it becomes very difficult for you to explain your processes and then execute the same into the systems. But we have a good amount of team which understands the textile business very minutely, micro level. Okay, then there are resolutions to specific problems with our experience with so many of clients. We have built very strong solutions with detailed working in all the systems. Then we have best consultants, in-house consultants who guide us with the latest updates, with statutory updates or any updates, taxation part, anything which helps us. Then we take the whole ownership of the project and responsibility. We deliver the projects. Then we have developed a special functional team to understand your requirement. Like if you go to the directly developer, he might not understand the language of the textiles, but we have given a special functional team to understand your communications. And then this communication is transferred to developers. So your job to explain the functional team becomes very easy because he has the knowledge and he can guide you much better way because he has a good experience in implementing ERPs. Further, our team has passion for development of new technologies so that you can adopt for new technologies and you are always ahead. Your company is always ahead to face any challenges and solutions. Okay. Okay. I will thank Mr. Sharadji and Mr. Maheshji for giving us the platform so that I can guide you for how to expertise in exports. Our expertise in exports will guide you how the processes works in exports. It starts with like a contract, like a sales contract comes from the customer, and you generate a customer PI. So this is all generated in ERP. No need to go in any Excels. Now what happens? You maintain multiple Excels. So then when you want to see the data together, it becomes very, very difficult. So it starts with exports PI. It can be multi-currencies, multi-units like meters, yards. You can do square meters, kgs. So you can also mention the shipment delivery rate. So it becomes a flow that whenever the shipment is going on not time or not time, you get awareness for that, and it should be prompt so that it doesn't get delayed, because if delays are there, then you face huge losses and everything, and customer satisfaction is also not there. Then if you have merchandisers, so they will prepare the program sheets accordingly on the basis of the exports PI, and then you give the programs to either the vendors or to the factories. So it is already linked with export sales contract. So you will get the tracking where the program is, where the contract lies currently. Second, you raise purchase orders to vendors accordingly the requirement from the PI. So you get a good proper resource requirement. You won't go with over requirements or under requirements. So it helps you shipment properly. Then when the raw material is from the vendor, is it in on time or is it delayed, or is it excess or is it short? So when the system is there, it helps you a lot. So you can take quick action. You can ask the vendor for prompt delivery, or you can pressurize him. But because if you have the data, then only it's possible. Without data, it is not possible. If you maintain a different Excel, again, if you want auto reminders to the vendors that this is going now, if the user is, if it's a user dependent, it might go, he might not follow. But if it's automized, then the process becomes very simple. So the vendor gets automatic notifications that your goods must be delivered on time with against this program number, against the program or the sales contract. Okay. Now the raw material comes, if it's in yarn, if it's in gauge format, you send to the job work. And again, the linkage is all connected with the ERP against the PI. Finally, you receive the finished goods. You do the cutting and packing. This is all done in the system. So all the checkpoints are there. So the goods are connect, the inward outward process is there. Like if the processed goods have been sent, it will be a lot wise deductions is there. So you'll get the shortages, shrinkages, how much is there of the lot of the export contract. Then as the exports come, so you do what you dump the bales because as per the terms, you have to prepare for the container. So you prepare for the bale and you dump the goods. Now you're making the goods ready for the exports. Okay, so then becomes various format comes, like the custom packing list is there, the commercial packing list is there. This is all will be system generated. No need for users to go in separate Excels again, because it takes a lot of time, and again the data accuracy has to be maintained. But this system will help you all the data accuracies properly. Then comes the export sales invoice, like the custom invoice, the commercial invoice, the tax invoice. These are all the documents needed to ship the goods. This is all taken care by the ERP itself with the single system itself. No need for doing multiple Excels and data entries. Then comes the BL updates or the transport update. Then comes the shipping bill. You can attach the shipping bill copy, soft copy in the system itself, so that all the contract, all the invoices and with the soft copy documents are maintained with the system itself. Then to avoid hedging losses, now because of the dollar fluctuation, you might go for the FPCs. You can have a FPC contract system in the system itself, so that you know when the contract is going to due, or what are the benefits of using, which are the contracts which are pending. So you can utilize those contracts, or cancellation are there. Then you send the invoices to the bank for either collection or the discounting. And there, if you discount, you can hedge it, or you can do the spot rate as well. This is all taken by the system itself care. Then suppose foreign inward remittances comes. So you can again set off with the FPC or spot rates, you can take the exchange rate. Then comes the bank realization, scheme receipts. Schemes is an important part, because many government schemes are there, like IGST there, duty drawback is there, which you must check it, so that you get the proper collection of your refunds. And this is very important by the government itself. Then for the bank realization certificate, you have to upload that bank realization certificate to get the duty drawbacks and everything. Okay. First, if you are applying in exporting goods, if it's in a DFI scheme application, so then you have to apply before shipment of the goods. So that is also a process which have to be done under the DFI schemes. Then if money is received, BRC is received, so you get DFI receipts, and then you get the license sale options where you can sell the license to the importers or the local domestic players. Now, because of this whole system, integrated whole ERP with inventory and accounting and export documentation, what benefits you get? You get a multi-currency outstanding. Then you get OCR, like order cost reports, like whatever contract you got, how much cost you got, and how much profit you got with the shipment. Are you in profits or not? With all the considerations, it is very must for you. Either you are maintaining Excel. If you're not maintaining, then you're not sure whether you're making profits or not. So this is how all the systems have been taken by our ERP itself. Then this is all the exports part. Other areas, textiles, which our ERP is functioning is like we do yarn manufacturing also, traders, yarn traders for job work and exporters, fabric job work, warping, sizing and weaving. These are all ERP which we have covered. These are the all areas of textiles which we have covered. Gray manufacturing, gray traders, job work, sari manufacturers, gray exporters, dress materials, process house companies also, if they are doing any job work process houses like yarn or fabric, embroidery process house, this also we have covered. Garment manufacturers, brokers, textile commission agent, and finance management. Finance management is the automation accounting system where all the details have been done automatically, like the TDS part or the GSTR part, everything has been taken by the ERP itself. Now it comes with some features I will explain you. Material planning, vendor master management is there. Planning with inventory levels, like if you maintain any item order reorder levels, so you get to know that if it's below the order level, you can place the order to vendor, but it will be automatically notified by the system itself. No need for manual users, you have to check and then again you have to give the orders. This is all taken by the system itself. Then if you have any discount systems with the vendors, if he forgets to deduce in the invoices, this is all taken by the system itself. So no need to remember all the things, whether he deducts, automatically ERP will deduct the discount supply. Then if the POs he has raised and he has his supply without excess percentage, so there should be a check. If there is no check, then he will give you a supply at whatever rates he wants. If the rates are higher, he won't supply you goods, and if the rates are lower, then he will supply you goods accordingly as per his requirement. So this is the system check which will be done, which you can see in the Excel sheet presentation as well. Now, when you reach the PO, you should have the data that what was the previous rates and what was the previous rates and what is the stock lying in the godown. So this helps to raise the PO properly. This makes the data decision properly. Now, further, we have come with the ERP, the digitalization of documents. Previous system was filing of all the records like purchase invoices or purchase challans and everything. Now we have come with the digitalization where you can attach all the soft copy of documents with the mobile itself, taking a picture from a mobile and it's connected with the ERP. It's very simple and very easy, and it becomes very easy to access whenever you want to search. Otherwise, the previous way you have to search all the files. If 2 years, 3 years records, and you have to search any file, any record, it becomes very cumbersome. And this is the help of technology, you can use it. Now the TDS part also is very important, that above 50 lakhs, it should auto deduct TDS. Otherwise, you have to remember all these things, which we have done in the ERP itself. Sales and receivables. Previous one. Sales and receivables, like credit limit, how much credit limit you have to give to the extension to the customers, and it should be lock, and lock should be in your hands. The control should be in your hands. And how should be the control be in your hands? It should come to your mobile application directly. And from the mobile, you can give the approvals. It should be in your hand. When the system runs smoothly, you no need to go for the involve in the system to check in everything. But whenever anything is going wrong, it should take your approvals from them. And if the user forgets, this system won't forget. This will come to your mobile directly and it will ask you for the approvals and everything. If you have make to order dispatches, it will help you in proper timely delivery or automatically notifications which shipments are getting due. So you should take follow for those systems automatically. Sales dashboard is there. LR management is a special function where you take the photos of LR and attach it to the invoice, and you can WhatsApp it, email it to the clients directly. Then auto invoicing, e-way bill integration is all done independently in the system itself. No need to go for another the websites for e-invoice and e-way bill. It's a single click and automatically work done. From the packing list, you can generate the invoice. No data entry has to be done. And all data has been cross-checked and verified with the system itself. Then the outstanding, if you want to see broker wise, salesman wise, customer wise, area wise, whatever permutation combination you want in the reporting part. Generally, you have to go to Excels if your ERP is not providing. This ERP is providing all these reports on the click. No need to generate in Excels and everything. Okay. So you have to also see the payment of the customers, average payment reports. These are all further features. Production management. I'll go with some features as well because it's a detailed ERP. So design card, like if yarn consumption is there, you can go with the Excel design card and automatically import in our system. So yarn count and construction is automatically calculated from the system itself. And whenever the production is going on, it auto consumes the yarn accordingly the design number allotted to the gauge. Then loom efficiency registers, gray stock gradation and cut pack, 4-point checking system is there, gray checking mending is there. Then virtual consumption of raw material. This is a very important feature. Sometimes what happens that yarn planning has become very difficult on the basis of sale contract. So this features is advanced features where yarn is consumed on the basis of virtual yarn consumption is done on the basis of seal contract. So you get to know how much yarn or raw material have to be ordered or you have to plan for that. Cost centers is also there. Next slide. This is for inventory and trading warehouse where item wise trading is there, item tracking is there. Then complete system is through barcoding where once the data is entered, everywhere the data becomes easy to handle and access. We have come with special features with the rack management and stock checking through mobile applications. This becomes very easy. Otherwise, what happens? The system has to, the role has to come to the system and then the scan and allot the rack. We have given a special mobile application where rack application and stock checking becomes very easy. And this helps to easy allocation of the goods for dispatching. Also, fabric image attachment is there. Whenever you want fabric image attachments, you can attach with the design wise or color wise, and it can show in the order process or stock reports as well. Inventory aging, fast and slow moving items is also connected. Next slide. With expected fund flow and receivables and variables, you can expect how much funds are going to come or how much funds you have to allot. These are all finance and accounting part, like TDS is there, GST is there. GST will do automatically reconciliation. It's a very cumbersome process. This is done automatically by our system itself. Performa debit notes are there. Bank OD interest calculation system is also there. Next. These are further features like finish cutting, packing solutions. Sample management system is also there, where you can have a sample system where goods which are in stock, you can see the samples are there or not. We can maintain the sample stocks, or goods which are not in stock, you should remove the sample. This is also very important task because we are selling those goods which we do not have the inventory, and we are not selling those goods which we have the inventory, but we are not have the sample. This is very important system as well. Then order against inventory management. This is virtual stock management system. So if your order has been there, the stock automatically gets reduced, even if it's not dispatched. So you know how much goods you have to sell. Otherwise, you do overselling and then you have to reject the client. You tell the client that you can't deliver the goods. It becomes very difficult for you. And you have a very huge business loss for this. Product wise profit analysis. This is also important. Which products are giving you good profits or not, which customers are giving you profit analysis. So we have taken a very important care that cost has been covered in every product for all the processes which it passes through. So you get a good analysis for that. Then if you have piece combo system, bale inventory system, this is a different feature where bale barcoding is there. Gate pass is also there. Sometimes you pack the goods, but you have not dispatched the goods. So it should show in your stock. And when the goods go out of your system, it's a gate pass system where you scan from the bale and it goes out from there. Next slide. Key features, some of the key features are advanced grid reports, where any report in a tabular format can be given in any permutation and combination, helping you making good important business decisions. This is very key feature. Also, we are providing Android and iOS apps for management, so that on a click they can see what is the sales, what is the outstanding, what is the purchase on their mobile application. No need to ask the accountant or what is the bank balance, what is the dispatches. This is all given on their Android mobile applications. Further, we have come with the cloud-based web-based reporting. No need for installation, everything, just access in your browser and see the reporting tools for them. Comparison of data. Comparison of data is very important from previous years and current year, so that you can get how the trends are flowing, which customers you're not looking after, which customers are not giving you orders. So this is also very important feature. Further additional features are there. Auto email for daily reporting to management. User wise control is very good features is there. Advanced rights. These are the additional. Next slide. So this is dying program planning, bomb wise receipt, shade wise detailed stock. These are further additional features. Lump allotment. This is also a further advanced system where from orders you allot the goods virtually itself. So you get to know which piece is exactly lying. This is further depth in the research which we have done. It's very difficult, but it helps you deliver the goods to customer exactly what range you are going to deliver the goods. Okay, if you have posters and sample management, we have maintained that as well. Catalog system is also there. Next. Bulk auto invoice creation. If you have one packing list, one invoice, it will be automatically created with the discount systems, and automation is there from e-invoicing and e-waybill systems. Next. If you want brokerage calculations, brokerage wise systems, bill interest calculations, complete export documentation, all has been covered in this ERP. Next. Okay. Challenges in successful ERP implementation is that poor understanding of business processes and needs and objectives. If you don't understand what exactly the business are requirement, if the company is in the starting phase and if you go with the advanced ERP, it doesn't suit them. Otherwise, it becomes a failure, or it's such a cumbersome to implement the ERP. Sub-Infotech studies that it very properly and very minutely and guides you with the proper ERP suitable at your requirement for current place at which your company is lying. So this is where we have the vast exposure in textile business consulting. Then a non-alignment with business stakeholders in implementation process. It's like people who are developing ERP doesn't understand the textile. It's very important to understand what you're delivering. So many more process issues are there. Next. These are the industry breadth which we have catered: textile, garment, diamond, jewelry, manufacturing, retailing, commerce, chemicals, and plastics. Okay, next. Insights. For insights, I will call Mr. Ramkishan Atri, our MD, to share some few words with you. Okay, thank you.
First of all, namaskaram. जैसे कि मेहता जी ने बताया कि कपड़ा मीन्स लफड़ा। मेहता जी, मैं ऐसे मुंबई में 92 में कालबादेवी से मैंने मेरा करियर स्टार्ट किया था। तो श्योर आप जानते हो कालबादेवी में सब टेक्सटाइल वाले हैं, सब टेक्सटाइल वाले हैं। तब से लेके आज तक थाउजेंड्स में क्लाइंट बनाए मैंने, इंडिया में, आउट ऑफ इंडिया में। और हम टेक्सटाइल जो इंडस्ट्री है उसमें जितने लफड़े हैं ना, उनको बहुत इजीली सॉर्ट आउट करते हैं। मैंने ऐसे तो 88 में स्टार्ट कर दिया था, मतलब पहली बार कंप्यूटर में 1988 में बैठा था। आपने पूछा इधर की कितनी जनरेशन से काम हो रहा है, मैं ऐसा बंदा हूँ, मैंने 3 जनरेशन के साथ में काम किया है। मुंबई में मेरे ऐसे बहुत सारे क्लाइंट है जो 3 जनरेशन से मैं उनके साथ में काम कर रहा हूँ। पहली जनरेशन थी, श्योर है सब जानते हो, 92 के अंदर डोस पे सॉफ्टवेयर चलते थे। अब उस टाइम में कालबादेवी में पहले तो क्लाइंट के पास जाना, उनको बोलना सर कंप्यूटर लीजिए, नहीं मालूम था कंप्यूटर क्या होता है, उनको कंप्यूटर दिलाना, फिर उनको बोलेंगे हम आपको सॉफ्टवेयर देंगे। कैसे विश्वास करेगा क्लाइंट कि तुम हमारा डाटा चोरी नहीं करोगे, तुम्हारा सॉफ्टवेयर चलेगा कि नहीं, तुमको नॉलेज है कि नहीं, है बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस होते हैं। और पैसे का भी होता है। सर उस टाइम में पैसा भी इंपॉर्टेंट था कि भी कंप्यूटर तो तूने उस टाइम में 80,000 का एक कंप्यूटर आता था, कंप्यूटर दिला दिया, अब तुम सॉफ्टवेयर दोगे, उसका पैसा लोगे। मैंने कहा आप 1 साल बाद देना, पैसा है ना, चलो आपका सॉफ्टवेयर सक्सेसफुल हो जाए, 1 साल बाद में पैसा देना। अब बहुत सारे मेरे मतलब श्योर है कालवादी में और भी कंपटीटर होंगे, वो एएमसी लेते थे। मैंने कहा सर मेरे को एएमसी भी नहीं चाहिए, मेरे को 2 क्लाइंट दे देना अगले साल। तो सर मैंने 1 मैन शो में 100 क्लाइंट कालवादी में बनाए। और वो मेरी फाउंडिंग ऐसी है कि मेरे पास आज भी मार्केटिंग टीम नाम की कोई चीज नहीं है, सेल्समैन नाम की मेरे पास कोई चीज ही नहीं है कि मार्केटिंग कैसे करते हैं। हाँ अभी करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि मेरे को पूरी दुनिया में छाना है, लेकिन अभी तक मेरे पास कोई मार्केटिंग बोल के कोई टीम नहीं है। मेरे पास कम से कम ये समझिए 10 से 15 आदमी तो ऐसे हैं जिन्होंने टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री में 15 से 20 साल काम किया है एज ए मैनेजर। मेरे पास वो लोग भी हैं जो आपकी जितनी भी जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स है टेक्सटाइल से रिलेटेड, उसको कैसे देखो, टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री में ना रेडी सॉफ्टवेयर कभी भी नहीं चल सकता, मेरा ऐसा मानना है। क्योंकि मेरा कोई भी ऐसा सॉफ्टवेयर नहीं है मैंने उठाया और दूसरे को बेच दिया, कभी भी नहीं हुआ। मैं खाली कस्टमाइज सॉफ्टवेयर बेचता हूँ, ओनली कस्टमाइज, और हर क्लाइंट की अलग अलग रिक्वायरमेंट होती है। और ये कारवां मतलब काम करते रहे, ईमानदारी से काम करते गए, आगे बढ़ते गए। उसी का नतीजा है कि हमारे शरद जी हैं, हमारे बहुत बड़े क्लाइंट है, एक्सपोर्ट हाउस है, उनके कंसल्टेंट है, इन्होंने हमको सजेस्ट किया कि पार्टिसिपेट करिए आप। तो ये मान के चलिए मेरा स्टेज पे पहली बार स्टेज पे चढ़ा हूँ, पहली बार माइक पे बोल रहा हूँ क्योंकि मेरे को ऐसी कोई जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ी। और मेरे पास जितने मेरे क्लाइंट हैं वो भी लास्ट 20 ईयर से जुड़े हुए हैं, 30 ईयर से जुड़े हुए हैं। मेरा स्टाफ भी जो है वो भी इतना ही डेडिकेटेड है, 15 से 20 साल से मेरे साथ में जुड़ा हुआ है। अगेन थैंक यू सरद जी, थैंक यू पोदार जी, थैंक यू मेहता जी।
Thank you so much, Ritesh sir and Sub Infotech. Guys, start ticking your mind because after the last speaker, we have the question answer round followed by dinner. I would like to call upon Mr. Atul Padwal from Shulin Services to share some knowledge on logistics and forwarding to USA. Shulin Services Group, founded in 2016 and operating in the area of freight, forwarding and custom clearance. They have their unique setup which helps their clients to manage their cargo from warehouse to warehouse. Also, additionally, they support their clients in various areas of duty remissions and export schemes enabled by Government of India. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much for the lovely introduction. I must start my speech with a thanks to the Rotary Club of Ichalkaranji, Sunil ji, Mahesh ji, and all the members for giving me this dais and time slot for the representation from Shulin. I got associated with the industry of textile way back in 2016, hardly 6-7 years. But when I went deep into the market of textile, I got a very surprising facts that we are, as a textile market, I'll say as we are, because I also see myself as a part of this industry for a long association of 6 years now. 4% of GDP is what we are as an industry contributing to the Indian economy. Also 27% of foreign exchange as an industry we are bringing in as a foreign exchange revenue. So that's a very huge sum, and Amazon and other members are helping us to grow it further. We as a Shulin Services Group are facilitating a small link between this entire chain of freight forwarding and process. We are associated with a custom house agent. We are operating as a custom house agent, so facilitating the process of documentation in terms of customs, the nitty-gritties of the documentation and everything related to customs. Apart from this, sir has mentioned about the incentive schemes which are there to facilitate those documentation as well, we are here to help you out in your own town. So we are present in your own town. Also, we have an office in Mumbai, but Ichalkaranji also we have our own office, and my entire team and myself will be always present at your service to give you the best of the experience in terms of this entire, Ichalkaranji to US journey. So we are just a small link between this entire process, and we are there to help you out in each and every manner possible. Thank you so much, Rotary, once again, Sunilji and Maheshji. Thanks all of you.
Thank you so much, Atul sir and Shulin Services. All the speakers shared their experiences and knowledge regarding Indo-US fabric market, different platforms and ERPs. Now it's time for the question and answer round. Anyone from the audience have any questions can ask. Our speakers will help you out with our queries.
Is Rahul sir online?
No, Rahul sir is not online.
Okay.
Gaurav Mehta sir is there. Sagar sir is there.
If you want to address to Rahul sir, we'll try to take them out.
Hold on.
Hello. Sir, what is the difference between export and deemed export? मतलब ये दो चीज क्या है और इनमें मतलब डीम्ड एक्सपोर्ट में क्या-क्या क्लॉज होते हैं एंड एक्सपोर्ट में क्या-क्या क्लॉज होते हैं, अगर उसका कुछ बता सके तो प्लीज.
I think Mr. Atul, if he can answer the question or
एग्जैक्टली किसी आप स्पेसिफिक केस के बारे में पूछोगे? डीम एक्सपोर्ट हर जगह पे, अगर कोई लॉ में आप पूछ रहे हैं किसी कंसेप्ट के लिए?
नहीं, मतलब यहाँ से सपोज किसी ट्रेडर को हम लोग गुड्स दे रहे हैं एंड वो आगे एक्सपोर्ट कर रहा है, तो उसमें जीएसटी में मतलब कैसे रहता है एंड अगर उसके लिए क्या क्या क्लॉजेस है? जैसे कोई ट्रेडर मुझसे बोल रहा है कि भाई मुझे आप गुड सप्लाई करो, मैं उस पर जॉब वर्क करके डायरेक्ट एक्सपोर्ट करूंगा, तो उसके लिए क्या क्या क्लॉजेस है एंड क्या क्या डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं?
देयर आर टू थिंग्स. अभी आप जो पूछ रहे हैं एक्सपोर्ट और डायरेक्ट, वी आर राइट नाउ डीलिंग विद
डीम्ड एक्सपोर्ट. मतलब
डीम एक्सपोर्ट जो है, आप किसी जो एक्सपोर्टर है उसको आप जब चेन में सप्लाई करते हैं उसको डीम एक्सपोर्ट बोला जाता है, बट उसके लिए इंसेंटिव्स वगैरह जो है दैट इज टोटली नॉट टुडेज टॉपिक टू बी डिस्कस, क्योंकि काफी लोगों को वो सब्जेक्ट में नहीं है. उसके अलग अलग डीजीएफटी के जो है वो डायरेक्ट एक्सपोर्टर्स को ही दिए जाते हैं सारे बेनिफिट्स, डीम एक्सपोर्टर्स को बेनिफिट नहीं दिए जाते हैं. वो आपके साथ अगर एक्सपोर्टर को शेयर करना चाहे, आपको कॉस्ट का बेनिफिट देना चाहे तो दैट इज अ सेपरेट चैप्टर, बट डीम एक्सपोर्ट्स आर नॉट एट ऑल अलाउड एनीवेयर एल्स अदर देन ईपीसीजी में आपको डीम एक्सपोर्ट्स के लिए बेनिफिट मिलता है, बाकी कोई स्कीम में डीम एक्सपोर्ट्स आर नॉट कंसीडर्ड.
बट देयर इज व्हाट दे से, एक कानून होता है और एक स्पिरिट होती है, लेटर ऑफ द लॉ एंड द स्पिरिट ऑफ द लॉ. तो अगर आप एक्सपोर्ट में, डायरेक्ट एक्सपोर्ट में ईज होना चाहते हैं तो दिस कैन बी वन पैसेज की एज डीम्ड एक्सपोर्ट आप किसी एक्सपोर्ट मर्चेंट से टाई अप करें ताकि जो इनिशियल आपकी लर्निंग वगैरह है इज एट अ लोअर कॉस्ट वगैरह, उस हिसाब से. टेक्निकली एज यू सेड देयर आर टू मेनी डीजीएफटी एंड अदर सर्कुलर्स, वी कैन नॉट really address that right now, but he I think is an expert. You can personally meet him and do it. Lekin yes, as a getting into export strategy, because I think what I feel before I get into my submission is कि कई बार हम लोगों का expectation और जो alignment है from the person who's trying to provide it is slightly मतलब not synchronized. हो सकता है काफी लोग यहाँ पे इस एक्सपेक्ट से आए होंगे कि हम वहाँ जाएंगे, हमें 2-4 ब्रोकर के नंबर मिल जाएंगे, वो हमें ऑर्डर दे देगा, वो हमें HSN कोड बता देगा, वो हमें प्राइस बता देगा और कल से हम उस आन को खरीद के साइजिंग की शुरुआत कर सकते हैं. यस, दैट कैन हैपन. दैट कैन हैपन, बट इफ यू आर वेरी वेरी लकी, लाइफ इज ऑल अबाउट हार्ड वर्क. And since the younger generation is there and I am associated with the younger generation, please understand, if you have the capacity to do the boring part, जो काम धंधे का जो बोरिंग वाला काम होता है ना, वो आप अगर कर पाएंगे, then you can utilize all whatever knowledge, information or expertise that is provided over here. It's very detailed. We can take that, but as you said, deemed export is the methodology of deemed export is something we as consultants do help, because then you can understand the importance having a digitization. Yeah, anyway, but I'll get into that. Any other questions? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, please.
पिछले एक साल से मैं काफ़ी इम्पोर्टर के साथ बात कर रहा हूँ अक्रॉस द ग्लोब। तो इसमें कई बार ऐसा होता है कि मैं बेचना चाहता हूँ कोई प्रोडक्ट और वो डिमांड करता है कोई और प्रोडक्ट, और जो मेरे बगल में भी बनता हो तो मुझे पता नहीं रहता। इचलकरंजी में भी वो प्रोडक्ट बनता है तो मुझे पता नहीं रहता, तो वो मैं सोर्स करना चाहता हूँ। कई बार वो फिर मैं दिल्ली से मंगाता हूँ या कलकत्ता से मंगाता हूँ और सैम्पलिंग करता हूँ। तो मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि इस केस में इचलकरंजी या फिर अलाइड सेक्टर को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए ऐसा कुछ व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप या कोई वेबसाइट जैसा कुछ लॉन्च करना चाहिए, जो कोई भी रिक्वायरमेंट है उसमें पोस्ट की तो इचलकरंजी के ही प्रोडक्ट आगे बढ़े। क्योंकि कई बार ऐसा होता है कि प्रोडक्ट बगल में बनता है लेकिन हमें पता नहीं है। फॉर एन एग्जांपल कोई गारमेंट है, कोई उसमें फॉर एन एग्जांपल 300 टीसी प्रिंटेड फैब्रिक मेरे बगल में बनता है लेकिन मुझे पता नहीं है। तो इसके लिए कुछ करना चाहिए। और प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट जो है इचलकरंजी में काफी सारा चीज अप्रोक्सीमेट 50% प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट होता है लेकिन 50% नहीं होता। तो इसके लिए कुछ करना चाहिए, ऐसा मेरा सजेशन है।
Definitely, very very important suggestion. हम लोग ने ऑलरेडी इस सोच की थोड़ी सी बुनियाद रखी है, लेकिन ठीक है, हमारा एक लिमिटेशन है कि वी आर फोकस्ड ऑन द अमेरिकन मार्केट. What we are proposing as IACC is to create a website which will hopefully have the listing that you want. तो आपने जब डाला तो आपने अपना डाला मैं क्या बनाता हूँ, तो होपफुली 20 जने और भी डालेंगे क्या बनाते हैं। तो आपने हो सकता है आप अपने पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से गए, फिर मगल में मालूम पड़ा ये बनाता है वो बनाता है, वो करें। इसमें सर सबसे बड़ी तकलीफ जो यहाँ के ऊपर में है इस कि वी सी एवरीवन एज आवर कॉम्पिटिटर। एवरी पर्सन सिटिंग नेक्स्ट टू माई चेयर इज माई कॉम्पिटिटर। तो मैं नोट भी लिखूंगा तो छुप छुप के लिखूंगा कि मैंने क्या नोट किया। जिस दिन आप ये रियलाइज कर लोगे, एंड यू हैव टू टेक एग्जाम्पल, बाकी हम सबसे छोड़ दिए, you take the example of a person at 93 years of age taking this initiative, pushing me, pushing Harit Bhai with such a busy business schedule, कि आप जाके टेक्सटाइल ट्रेड को बढ़ाओ। It's technically a competition to him. He is an exporter himself. But the feeling is कि the world is too big, and हम साथ में चलेंगे तो it will, अब doing that feeling within yourselves is an important aspect. हम जो कर सकते हैं, as I started already, this thing is there shared with you. We can just share कि we are coming up with a website where all this information will be uploaded. The step that we have taken at one time, ISCC had a mandatory policy कि आपको हमारा member बनना पड़ेगा before we will share any information. But thanks to Haritji's initiative, we are now planning to do it all free of cost. We'll have all the US database, your database, anything. Maybe that will help. Okay. I partially your whether you should do it or not is maybe I'll cover in my summation.
मैं इनको एक लोकल सॉल्यूशन देना चाहूंगा। I don't know how much you are connected with the local public, लेकिन इचलकरंजी में इंफॉर्मेशन फ्लो बहुत अच्छा है। आपके 4-5 चिकरंजी के ट्रेड एसोसिएशन है, उनके व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप है, वहाँ पे मैंने देखा है बहुत बार इंक्वायरी आती है, कोई चीज़ जो हमको नहीं मिल रही है, हमारे ब्रोकर के थ्रू नहीं मिल रही है, आप वहाँ मांगेंगे तो आपको कोई ना कोई रिप्लाई आ जाता है। सो आप आपके फ्रेंड सर्कल में, ब्रोकर सर्कल में कनेक्ट होइए। डेफिनेटली आपको इच्चाकरंजी में इंफॉर्मेशन फ्लो में ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। यहाँ पे बाजू वाले के घर में क्या बन रहा है वो नहीं बताया तो भी मालूम रहता है। तो आप बोल रहे हैं कि नहीं मालूम है, दिस इज समथिंग न्यू फॉर इच्चाकरंजी। सो गेट कनेक्टेड विद द पीपल लिविंग अराउंड यू फ्रॉम द बिजनेस एंड डेफिनेटली विल गेट ऑल द आंसर्स।
नमस्कार सर। बेसिकली इस सेमिनार में आने के पहले मेरे दिमाग में एक ऐसा विचार था, मुझे लगा कि शायद जब मैं यहाँ से निकलूंगा तो शायद मेरे पास एक तरीका, दो तरीका, तीन तरीका या कुछ बातें ऐसी होगी जिससे शायद यूएसए मार्केट को कैसे अप्रोच किया जाए उसकी बात या उसकी पिक्चर क्लियर हो। इचलकरंजी में काफी लोगों के पास, किसी के पास लूम है, साइजिंग है, हर लोग अपने अपने प्रकार से कपड़ा बना रहे हैं। कंपटीशन का मार्केट इतना कट थ्रोट है कि शायद लोकल मार्केट में सरवाइव करना तो बड़ा मुश्किल है। ऐसे में मुझे लास्ट में अभी भी ये बात नहीं समझ में आई कि अमेरिका या यूएसए मार्केट को अप्रोच करने के लिए आईएससीसी कैसे मदद कर रहा है। मतलब आज अगर मैं कोई पर्टिकुलर क्वालिटी बना रहा हूँ, 1 लाख मीटर, 2 लाख मीटर, कुछ भी बना रहा हूँ, उसको हटकर पहले तो रिस्क कैसे लूं, वो रिस्क लूं तो उसमें आपकी मदद कैसे हो, और जब मदद हो तो वहां पहुंचे कैसे। शायद ये पिक्चर मुझे लगता है कितने लोगों को क्लियर है, बट मुझे नहीं है। थैंक यू।
देखिए, एक बात तो है सर, आपके माइंड की पिक्चर आपको क्लियर करनी पड़ेगी। आपके चश्मे पे अगर फॉग है, मैं उसको वाइप कर सकता हूँ। सेकेंडली कमिंग, ये कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि आप कोई नया प्रोडक्ट बनाएं। पहली बात आपको ये देखना है कि आप जो प्रोडक्ट बना रहे हैं उसका कोई मार्केट है कि नहीं है, यूएसए से कोई मार्केट है कि नहीं है। तो आईएससी आपकी मदद कहाँ कर सकता है, आप हमें प्रोडक्ट का डिटेल भेज सकते हैं। हमने जो आपको ईमेल का ये 2 बारकोड दिया, आप उस पर लिस्ट कर सकते हैं कि ये प्रोडक्ट मैं ये बना रहा हूँ। फिर अपने इस चीज पे आएंगे कि उसका मार्केट है कि नहीं है। ये हमारा बहुत प्रिजम्पशन है कि ये तो बिकेगा नहीं, ये तो फिनिश नहीं है, लोग तो खाली गारमेंट खरीदते हैं। अमेज़न ग्लोबल वाले यहाँ मौजूद हैं। मेरा ही एक क्लाइंट है, श्रीपद जागीरदार, ठीक है, वो कपड़ा बेचता है। ये लोग उसका 1-1 मीटर अमेरिका में बेचते हैं। क्या होता है कि सब, एक चीज जो मैंने उम्र के साथ में देखी है कि हमारा नॉलेज हमारा सबसे बड़ा हैंडीकैप हो जाता है। मुझे मालूम है क्या नहीं होता है, क्या नहीं हो सकता है। मैंने सबमिशन में डाला, लेकिन क्योंकि टॉपिक निकला तो मैं ये बोल देता हूँ कि यहाँ पे किसी को एयरजेट पे फिलामेंट चलाने की बात कर दूं, जैसे किसी ने, स्पीकर ने मेंशन किया था, बोले नहीं मेरी मशीन तो 1250 आरपीएम पे चलती है। एक्चुअल फैक्ट ये है, एज अ वीविंग टेक्नीशियन, बिकॉज आई एम बेसिकली टेक्सटाइल इंजीनियर, स्पेशलाइज इन वीविंग। मशीन अगर आप फिलामेंट पे चलाओगे तो जो भी आपका कॉटन का आरपीएम आ रहा है उससे 50 आरपीएम ज्यादा देगी और कम से कम 3% एफिशिएंसी ज्यादा देगी। नहीं चले तो आप मेरे पास आइए। अब क्योंकि हमको मालूम है कि कॉटन चलता है, ये हमारा प्रिजम्पशन है कि फिलामेंट नहीं चलता है, तो आपको ज्यादा स्टेप भी जाने की जरूरत, हमको ये नहीं बोल रहे हैं कि आप एयर जेट निकाल दीजिए, वाटर जेट डालिए, रेपियर डालिए। अगर आप वो करना चाहते हैं कि ठीक है, उसकी जगह कॉटन पे अगर फिलामेंट की डिमांड बढ़ रही है, आप फिलामेंट ट्राई करना चाहते हैं, दैट इज अ स्मॉल स्टेप, यू कैन टेक दैट। आपके जो भी इश्यूज है आप उसके लिए रीच आउट करोगे, हर चीज का सॉल्यूशन अवेलेबल है। लोग अपने सेल्फिश मकसद के लिए या सेल्फलेस मकसद के लिए मौजूद हैं, आपको कोशिश करेंगे रिजॉल्व करने के लिए। बट इफ यू स्टार्ट विद दिस सिंपल थिंग कि मेरा प्रोडक्ट बिक सकता है नहीं बिक सकता है, स्टार्ट विद दैट। आईएसीसी कैन हेल्प यू दिस थिंग। नेचुरली जब हम साइन अप कर रहे हैं तो वी हैव टू कवर 80% ऑफ द ट्रेंड। वी कैन नॉट स्पॉक ऑफ स्पेसिफिक क्वालिटी की ये HSN कोड का आप कपड़ा बनाइए और फराना खरीदने वाला है, जो कुछ भी है। बट क्योंकि आपने टॉपिक रेस किया है आर्ट कैनवस. ओके, इफ यू नो अबाउट आर्ट कैनवस, इट्स बेसिकली कॉटन. India is the largest supplier of art canvas to USA. You can take up art canvas. IICC can help you this way कि भी ठीक है, आपने बताया मेरा ये सेटअप है, we can try to suggest कि ठीक है, you can take it this qualities, ये HSN codes वगैरह चल रहे हैं, आप उसके अंदर में करना पड़ेगा. It cannot, मतलब कि this is a journey you will have to take. Second and foremost important, please understand, we are businessmen क्योंकि हम रिस्क लेते हैं. एक्सपोर्ट आप, मैं तो यही, जैसे मैंने एग्जांपल इनको दिया, मेरे को तो समझ में ही नहीं आता है कि 15 करोड़ का रिस्क लेते हुए तो आप लोग के किसी का कुछ भी बाका नहीं हुआ. वो आइटम वाला कल आ जाएगा और वो उसको बोल देगा कि 1250 के मैंने 1350 की निकाल दी, आप 12 लूम लिखा दोगे उसको. ना आपके पास मार्केट है, ना कुछ है, 18 पैसे होगा, 9 पैसे होगा, क्या होगा, कुछ कैलकुलेशन नहीं. इतना बड़ा रिस्क आप ले लेते हो. और हम अगर कहें कि भी ठीक है, आप लाख, 2 लाख, 3 लाख एक्सपोर्ट का बिजनेस करने में आप एक अमेरिका का ट्रिप लगाइए ना, वो रिस्क ले लीजिए, राइट इट ऑफ. समझ लीजिए ना कि 9 का 8 पैसा हो गया, और क्या हो गया. See, that is what we will have to do. The key word is we'll have to do. You do something, you will work, you will not, maybe fail, maybe not, but yes, इतना जरूर मेरे को मालूम है कि सुरेश कोटक जी से I just asked, Amazon वाले से I just asked, they took a flight from there. I, ठीक है, उनका है सेल्फ इंटरेस्ट है बिजनेस ग्रोथ करने का, बट खाली हमने पूछा और वो आ गए ना. तो इफ यू आस्क कि जैसे आपने अभी जो सवाल पूछा कि ये है हमारा है, यस, बट द मोर वी मूव टू स्पेसिफिक एक्शन, द क्वेश्चन हैज टू गेट अ बिट स्पेसिफिक. आई अप्रिशिएट योर पॉइंट. मैं तो ये बोलता ही हूँ कि भाई यू फॉरगेट दिस थिंग. मार्केटिंग की बात है इनवेरिएबल, बिकॉज आई कंसल्ट SME फैमिली यूनिट्स, उसमें ज्यादातर सेकेंड जनरेशन वाले हैं, एंड एक ही बात आती है, प्राइस. यू टॉक टू एनीवन, इतना सिंपल चीज है, उनकी वेबसाइट बनाने की बात आती है. मैं बोलता हूं कि आप मेरे को बताओ कि आपका कपड़ा क्यों खरीदेगा कस्टमर, आप एक लाइन में लिख दो, एंड एवरीवन इंक्लूडिंग द थर्ड जनरेशन इज लॉस्ट. तो अगर वो जवाब हमारे पास नहीं है तो वी आर देन वन ऑन द 99 पॉसिबिलिटीज. एज आई सेड, आपको चाहिए तो आई कैन अरेंज अ मीटिंग विद दैट बॉय. उसने हेम्प का काम चालू किया और आज USA में 1-1 मीटर कपड़ा बेचता है. It is simple. The volumes are simply too big. आपको कॉटन में ही रहना है, कॉटन के अंदर भी बहुत हैं. You want to get into technical textiles, बहुत हैं. India is the largest manufacturer and supplier of jumbo bags. जंबो बैग्स बनते हैं अपने यहाँ के, बल्क उसके लिए वीविंग से ही बनते हैं. इन वर्ल्ड का 55% मार्केट शेयर इंडिया के पास है. लेकिन वो तब है कि इफ यू वांट टू चेंज द प्रोडक्ट. मैं तो सवाल ये करता हूँ, व्हाई डू यू वांट टू चेंज द प्रोडक्ट इन द फर्स्ट प्लेस. ये है कि मेरे यहाँ इच्चलकरंजी में कोई अमेरिकन आके खरीद के नहीं लेके जाता है आज के टाइम के ऊपर. So that is something. I think any product you do is lot of scope, lot of examples. I am very fortunate to be connected to Ken Global. जब हम इच्चलकरंजी से 30 लाख मीटर एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं तो मैं आपकी बात कैसे मान लूं. वही एयरजेट की मशीनें हैं, वही कॉटन का कपड़ा बनाते हैं, करते हैं ना एक्सपोर्ट हम लोग. So ठीक है, but we can always talk of this because it may get specific. Okay. So any other questions?
Sir, just a minute. मैं एक चीज बताना चाहूँगा उनको. आज सुबह से मैं हरीश जी के साथ में हूँ. आज कुछ एंटरप्रेन्योर से हम लोगों ने 1-to-1 भी किया. यहाँ पे आने के बाद भी उनका मुलाकात कराया. उनका अप्रोच सिंपल है. यू फ्रेम अ प्रॉपर क्वेश्चन, स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन, और उस हर क्वेश्चन का आंसर IICC देगा. जनरल क्वेश्चंस के आंसर नहीं दे पाता है कोई भी, क्योंकि इट्स बिग मार्केट। आप इंडस्ट्री में हैं, आज यहाँ पे आपके साथ में 150 लोग बैठे हैं, तो देर इज नो जनरल क्वेश्चन विच कैन बी आंसर्ड एनी टाइम। आपका स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन है, मैं ये प्रोडक्ट बना रहा हूँ, मेरे को बेचने को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, ये बायर है, मैं से ले नहीं रहा है। क्वेश्चन फ्रेम कीजिए, क्वेश्चन डालिए, आपके पास में एक स्ट्रिप दी गई जो उन्होंने बताया था, उस स्ट्रिप पे आपको कनेक्ट करते ही सारे क्वेश्चंस के आंसर मिल जाएंगे। आईआईसीसी आपको हेल्प करेगा आपके क्वेश्चंस आंसर करने में, बेचने आपको ही जाना पड़ेगा।
Okay, do we have any more questions? Otherwise, we'll move to our last session of summation.
Yeah.
Sir, I just wanted to know, like, through the buying houses, through the buying houses from the NCR region, we can reach to the reputed brands of the USA. But there are also some converters or traders who are near about Mexico or Guatemala. Or there are some local brands also in USA or street fashion brands, we can say. So how can we approach to them, or how can we track them?
सर बिना मरे स्वर्ग नहीं मिलता है, ट्रेवल करना पड़ेगा।
So apart from travel and like exhibitions,
this is the first time America is coming to you. Ichalkaranji should have been going to America. So that's my.
I'll tell you something. There are fairs, textile fairs, every month somewhere of the world. Okay, visit them. Always carry your samples with you. Okay. If you see that there is a finished fabric and you make that gray, talk to that person. Where did he get the fabric from? Even if he's gone to Turkey, Turkey buys gray fabric. You want to basically sell your fabric. You don't care if it goes to America, anywhere. You want that US dollars to come to India. Number one, ask your existing customer कि ये कपड़ा है तो क्या करते हो आप? You'll start your thinking process. If he's selling it to any of these Far East regions, Cambodia, Vietnam, they all end up in the United States. I had a friend in Indonesia, a very large textile company, who has a joint venture with a Japanese company. Everything he makes, it goes to Japan, but he still goes to Las Vegas every year, because in Las Vegas is a very important American textile fair. Ask them. The Americans make gray also. They also have a very good cotton industry. You have to show up. You cannot sit in Ichalkaranji and say, okay, Mr. James Bond, give me an order. You have to go. And it's a great country. Number two, as what Mr. Tandon said, that if 10 of you want to go as a group to America, even for the fair or even without a fair, we could help you get the visa, not guarantee, assistance. We can help you get the visa. We can set up appointments for you at North Carolina, South Carolina. And if you have a specific state that you want to sell to, we can help you set up appointments where all 10 of you will meet that individual buyer free. How does IACC help you? If you've done a deal and you've got stuck, that माल बनाया मगर वो जेम्स बॉन्ड ने पैसा नहीं भेजा, हमने ये किया, always document things, not on the phone. अपने फोन किसी से बात किया, आप लिख लो ईमेल कि थैंक यू मिस्टर बॉन्ड, हमने ये टाइम बात किया, ये हमने बात किया. Keep that trail. And जब भी आप फंस गए हैं तो हम आपको मदद कर सकते हैं. Sitting in India plus IACC, we can have Washington involved in this. But it has to be genuine. It cannot be lapid. If the fellow wanted 30 counts and you sold him something else, we can't help you in that. But as long as you adhere to the contract, we can assist you. Now, I wanted to ask you, Mr. Malik, is that, do you know from the database what fabrics are being currently sourced So we can tell our family here that these are the things that are currently being exported, whether from India or even from our neighbors, Pakistan. Everything Pakistan can do, Ichalkaranji can do better. So is there something that's available to them?
So thank you for the question. Majorly, if I would give you a suggestion, finished products, that to 100% cotton is something which is a very safe choice to start with. Post that basis product category, we can also go into other products. For example, there is a product called shower curtain. Not many might know, but shower curtain is being sold at somewhere around $17 to $20. It is made of 100% polyester. Very rare people know. I would say not lot of Indian sellers might know who are manufacturers of polyester कि नहीं भाई हम $18 $17 में shower curtain बेच सकते हैं जिसका एक आपको so I talk with my sellers, I talk with my manufacturers to understand भाई cost क्या है and what is the kind of margin which they have. The cost of the product roughly, as per my conversation, is around $6 to $7. So manufacturers who may not deal with cotton would feel कि नहीं भाई और कुछ हम कर नहीं सकते. But there are products, there are substances, there are materials. You know we'll be able to help you out with what category to enter into and with what product to start with, right? So yes, like he mentioned, there is a wide ocean. We need to focus on the right category and the right product. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The pricing in the global sales is completely and solely dependent on the sellers. As business development managers or account managers, what we tell you is to have the right competitive price. Of course. So for example, you are a seller, you are selling in the US, you can again decide on the price. You can sell a product for maybe $10 in the US and $50 or 50 dirhams. Okay. You can completely decide on the price. But of course, like he mentioned, we need to be price conscious कि नहीं भाई हमारा अगर product का हमारा costing ये है, market में हमारा ये product इतने पे चल रहा है, to survive and to sustain and to grow, we need to be competitive enough, both in terms of quality and price. So yes, completely dependent on the seller. And just for the piece of information, like in India, we have a concept of MRP. In US, there is no MRP concept. Okay? You can change your prices 10 times a day, 50 times a day. Yeah. Yes. So for example, अगर peak season आया कि मतलब बहुत demand है and we have huge inventory left, we can reduce the price. Okay? We see that yes, you know, our particular product is high in demand and maybe you know it is working well, we can increase the price. So yeah, that is there.
Mr. Malik, how much money does Amazon keep?
Amazon, of course, there are a lot of commercials which we can discuss in detail later on, but out of the entire conversation and the presentation which we had and the kind of growth which we have, whatever Amazon makes, but what our sellers make is extremely important, and that is how we have grown, right? So if that wouldn't have been the case, we wouldn't have grown so big, right?
Any more questions we have?
Okay, Mr. Prashant, how does Amazon handle returns? ये हमने तो माल बेचा 500 kits, whatever, and it's reached the United States, and the customer says, "Hey, I don't want it now." What happens?
So, first of all, statistically speaking, returns in US for home category, since our audience is particularly of home, is somewhere around 1.5 to 2%. Number one, that people or the audience in the US is pretty much familiar with the concept of ordering online. One. Number two, the entire payment is, there is no cash on delivery option. It is all in all prepaid delivery. ठीक है? अब product return क्यों होता है? I'll not speak about India, but I'll speak about US. Products which are returned by the customers is solely because the product was not described as per Amazon की listing पे. अगर आपने, for example, आपने ये वाला, अगर आपने towel बेचा, आपने ये listing किया, लेकिन आपने इसको डार्क रेड या आपने कोई और कलर का आपने फोटोग्राफी लिस्ट किया है, that is not your product, right? ठीक है? Lot of sellers don't understand these importance. ठीक है? आपने प्रोडक्ट आपने भेजा लेकिन सही कंडीशन में कस्टमर के पास डिलीवर नहीं हुआ, in that case the product comes back. There might of course be a few more cases wherein, you know, the customer might have felt, no, this is not what I ordered, or I don't like the product. But again, the unsaleable inventory is just 1.5 to 2%. And even if it is, we as Amazon's business development team offer multiple options in terms of, you know, B2B liquidation process. Liquidation is that, you know, it, of course, you will not call the products back to India. It will be very expensive. So we have an option called liquidation, wherein Amazon weighs the quality of the product and then offers a certain percentage of the price to the sellers.
Thank you for the amazing question and answer round. Now it's the time for summation and vote of thanks. I would like to call Mr. Sharat Tandon to give summation and vote of thanks. Mr. Sharat Tandon is an CEO of Stand-in Consulting Mumbai, been in the consulting field since 1987. Main focus in consulting of business growth consultant, mentor, and coach to MSME textile sector in India, specializing in family-run units to make them grow and professionalize. Handled many turnkey projects from all textile field with geographical spread covering Tarapur, Kolhapur, Ahmedabad, Indore, Bhiwandi, Kenya. Conducted training courses and workshops for owners and CEOs of textile unit for business process engineering. Talking about his education, he has done graduation and post-graduation in textile from Sasmira Worli, Mumbai, year 1981. Training at Sulzer Works, Switzerland. His articles are Asian Textile Journal, Fiber to Fashion, Asian Technical Textile Journal, Textile World.
Ma'am, I think can let the article list be. I just included in the bio.
Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. So first of all, Garv Karo Ichalkaranji. That comes from the heart. I have a long association. टेक्नोलॉजी अपग्रेडेशन की सोच रखना, उससे ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करना। आज दुनिया के लिए मिसाल है, एंड उससे सबसे जीता जाता जागरण ये है कि आज यूएसए आपके पास चल के आ रहा है। बधाई हो, तालियां अपने। जैसे महेश जी पोदार ने कहा कि हमारी जो क्षमता है हम उससे कहीं नीचे, मेरे मेंटरिंग में भी या उसमें भी कभी कभी गुस्सा आता है बच्चों के ऊपर, लेकिन गुस्सा जब आता है कि जब लगता है कि कैपेबिलिटी है और नहीं हो रहा है। अदरवाइज हर बच्चे हर तरह अपने सब लेवल के हैं। सो महेश जी का ये पॉइंट आप सब लोग को गौर करने लायक है। कॉटन के बीज पितामह 93 साल की उम्र में भी उत्साहित करने वाले, आज सबको एक्साइट करने वाले उसके अंदर में उनका आशीर्वाद हम लोग के साथ में। आपको शायद मालूम नहीं है, वो बात शेयर नहीं हुई। उनकी छत्र छाया में आज से 5 साल पहले उन्होंने एक ग्रुप का फाउंडेशन किया। उसमें हम 5 जने थे, मैं, सुरेश जी, 4 जने और उनके हिसाब से। सिंस क्योंकि मैं वीविंग एक्सपर्ट था, और उन्होंने इसका ग्रुप का नाम हमने दिया टेक्सटाइल फ्रेंड्स। मकसद ग्रुप का उनका यही था कि भी टेक्सटाइल की जो इंडिया में कैपेबिलिटी है, खासकर वीविंग के एरिया वगैरह के अंदर में, वो इतनी नहीं उजागर हो पा रही है। व्हाट इज द रीजन? एंड क्योंकि मैं वीविंग का एक्सपर्ट माना जाता था उनके उस पैनल में, उन्होंने मेरे से पूछा कि भाई इच्चलकरंजी इतना बड़ा है, इतना एक्सपांड कर रहा है, वो कर रहा है, ये चीज क्यों नहीं पहुंच पा रहे? तो मेरा जवाब ये था कि साहब मैं ये नहीं समझा सकता, बिकॉज ये एक मानसिकता की बात है, एक इमोशनल चीज है। उसको अगर आप इच्चलकरंजी में इंटरेक्ट करेंगे उनके व्यूवर से, और व्यूवर से खुद ही पूछेंगे, तो शायद आप बेहतर समझ पाएंगे। You will not believe at age of 88, he is by way the father of Uday Kotak, Suresh Kotak ji, Uday Kotak ke father. He took the train first time in 15 years, came down to Ichalkaranji. We had meeting with 6 or 7, just to understand. We have blessings of such a person. As he suggested, explore, you need to explore. वो वहां से यहाँ आ सकते हैं खाली ये एक्सप्लोर करने के लिए कि इच्चलकरंजी क्यों नहीं पनप पा रहा, जिसमें ना उनको 1 पैसे का इंटरेस्ट हो सकता है। आप कितना भी पैसा दे दें, नो रेलेवेंस अगेंस्ट द काइंड ऑफ वेल्थ ही इज एंजॉयिंग और हेल्थ ही इज एंजॉयिंग। If we want to do, so we have to explore new markets. It is not necessary new products. New products, yes, that is an option, but पहले आपका जो प्रोडक्ट है आप ट्राई करके तो देखो, मांग के तो देखो। गो बियॉन्ड दी मेंटालिटी कि ये प्राइस पॉइंट में मिलेगा नहीं और एक्सपोर्ट में इससे सस्ता होगा, ये होगा, वो होगा। गेट इनटू दी मार्केटिंग सेटअप उनका है। What buyers need, he is buying some fabric, he is buying, so first of all you find the buyer who's buying your fabric. Why you want to go to a buyer who is buying something else and then try to convince him कि मैं बनाओ, or then you try to do something which is not your expertise? Spend your time. As you said, there are so many fairs, there are options. Travel, spend the money in take your wife along. Half my export clients, I am consulting with quite a few, they started their exporting journey because SRTPC or Texposel used to give them subsidized fares, and that was the best way to take their spouse along. So जहाँ भी हो गया, वियतनाम हो गया, इंडोनेशिया हो गया, आने जाने का किराया उनका तो मिलता ही है, हॉल का सब्सिडाइड है, but they started that way. So explore, that is his message that he has done. He has strongly believed, and I said he initiated that informal association with our group, which of course now we got the opportunity of he bringing me on the ISCC board, which is a little formalized. It is time for us to make a mark in the world, and we can make it. इच्चलकरंजी बिल्कुल डेफिनेटली कर सकता है। ट्राइबर्ग और गौरव जी और शुक्ला जी, आई थिंक यू कांट हैव अ बेटर अपॉर्चुनिटी। जब वो कह रहे हैं कि हम वर्कशॉप कर सकते हैं, एंड वो एक टांग उनकी यूएसए में है, एक टांग यहाँ के ऊपर में है. दे आर वन ऑफ द मोस्ट रिस्पेक्टेड बाइंग हाउसेस. आई थिंक कैन ग्लोबल वाले आपको सर्टिफाई कर देंगे. वो सब सिखाने को तैयार हैं. बोले क्या डिजाइन करना है, क्या करना. वो ज्यादा कह रहे हैं कि आप क्यों घबरा रहे हो, ग्रे कर रहे हो तो. और हमारे माइंड में शुरू से कि ग्रे तो बिक ही नहीं सकता है. आप जब कहेंगे, वी विल बी वेरी ग्लैड to either arrange that workshop. I think if we make the request enough strongly, like Anmol ji came down here, if you want, we can arrange the workshop in Ichalkaranji. We cannot 100% commit, but yes, I think we can exercise that much pull and influence. So learn from the people who are already there. क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, how to do about that. As you said, opportunity of basic price points. So if you are in a product that you are specialized in, आज जैसे price sensitivity की बात हो रही है, price stability की बात हो रही है, and I very much endorse what he's saying because couple of companies I am associated with, वो चाइना में है, उनके ऑफिसेस हैं, चाइना में डील कर रहे हैं. चाइना में लास्ट 6 months में रेट बढ़ाने की तो बात दूर छोड़ो, उन्होंने इफेक्टिवली 3 से 4% रेट डिक्लाइन हुए बिकॉज फ्रेट का जो कंपोनेंट बीच में बहुत बढ़ गया था, थोड़ा कम हुआ. ठीक है, इट इज अ क्वेश्चन कि भाई वो कर सकते तो हम क्यों नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन फॉरगेट दैट. बट इफ यू स्टडी चाइना, they are very competitive, very this thing in the few products they are specializing in. It's not that every product from China is cheap. नाम हमारे सामने क्या आता है कि जो चीज एक रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है. सो इफ यू वांट टू बी कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव, दिस थिंग, लुक एट योर ऑपरेशनल एफिशिएंसीज. हम क्या कर सकते हैं? दैट वाज पार्ट ऑफ द रीजन वी गॉट इन the ERP team over here, part of the reason why we introduce logistics. Because another thing that I have seen in my experiences, we think of ourselves as only manufacturers. तो मेरा जब इंटरेक्शन होता है फैमिलीज के साथ में, उसके साथ में, तो उसको ये तो मालूम है कि वीवर का रेट 420 हो गया और बगल वाला 430 दे रहा है. बट ही हैज नो आइडिया कि उसको फाइनेंस कॉस्ट कितना लग रहा है, फ्रेट में कितना पैसा जा रहा है, व्हाट इज द कॉस्ट ऑफ हिज एफिशिएंसी. These simple concepts, since we are majorly manufacturers and कहीं ना कहीं वो थोड़ा कीड़ा रहता है. We all talk of efficiencies, no one talks of installed utilization. कि efficiency versus running efficiency, आपके actual install क्या है, and maximum बात हो भी लेती है तो we talk of our machines efficiency and utilization. Very rarely, मतलब it's not that कि those people don't exist. Very rarely we find an entrepreneur talking about his own efficiency. कि मेरी कैपेसिटी क्या है और आज मैं कितना कमा रहा हूं. Please look into that. Look at price second, does not matter. Surat is a fantastic market, huge market, and they are all probably making more money than any Ichalkaranji entrepreneur is making. They sell fabrics of 20 rupees, 27 rupees. It has nothing to do with that. What he said, identify. Find the and Triberg, if they are willing to help with this process, and उनको grey में problem नहीं है, so we should engage more with them, as he said. As he mentioned about filament, again I am coming in. If there is a technical fear in Ichalkaranji's mind, I'll give you a small anecdote. I'm sorry, we are getting late for dinner, but I think it is worthwhile. As was mentioned, I started my consulting in 1987. I specialize in Sulzer weaving machines. At that time, I was based in Tarapur. And shortly after, I associated with Nikun, so I also got to know the Ichalkaranji का ecosystem. उस टाइम पे मेरा काम टेक्निकल ज्यादा था, तो मेरा शॉप फ्लोर टेक्नीशियन से इंटरेक्शन होता था। तो तारापुर में अगर किसी टेक्नीशियन को आप बोल देते उस समय, और आज भी शायद आप, तो थोड़ा चेंज हो गया कि साहब मेरे को इस पे सिंगल कॉटन साइज धागा चलाना है, तो आई डोंट नो हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर अवेयर ऑफ द सुल्जर टेक्नोलॉजी. इट हैज दैट guide teeth which are there, the metal guide teeth. तो वहां वाला टेक्नीशियन मेरे को समझाता था कि साहब आप तो टेक्निकल आदमी हो, आप ये समझते हो ये गाइड टीथ जब ऊपर नीचे होता है ना तो रगड़ता है तो जो साइज की कोटिंग है वो पूरी निकल जाती है. So Sulzor cannot be filament. And I would come to Ichalkaranji. And यहाँ पे वाले के अगर फिलामेंट के लिए बात कर लो, and they are running size cotton very efficiently. And if we talk for filament, what he would say, सब आपको समझते हो ना, गाइड टीथ है, मेटल है, वो तो फिलामेंट को रब करेगा तो रप्चर होने ही वाला. तो सुल्जर इज नॉट मेड फॉर फिलामेंट. So sometimes we have that this thing. Why polyester ka consideration is important. Like, I am not saying that is the need that you need to do for doing exports, but the micro statistics of world economy as it develops is developed countries के अंदर में 70% polyester है, 30% cotton. इंडिया के अंदर में the difference is still 40% cotton and 60% cotton and 40% polyester. As Gaurav ji mentioned, due to price and other, where even price is not a consideration, developed countries mein price wasn't a consideration. This trend towards polyester is always going to be there. The volumes are going to be there in polyester. So that's something that, as he mentioned, you can maybe try it out. But again, I said not a precondition, but actually a filament will work much better on a air jet than a cotton. This thing will. For that, we can always, I don't do hardcore technical consultancy anymore, but that challenge I can take. You give me any machine, put a filament beam, I'll make it work better than that. So then it comes to branding. There is this again concept that the branding is going to be only for a person, a consumer who's buying a finished product. He gave that example of Leva. From what I understand, Leva invested around 150 CR in creating that brand with no idea ever कि उनको कभी spinning mill डालनी है या manufacturing डालनी है. The business, the thought process is fundamental. You help your customer earn. He will make sure you earn. Now, what are the options for us creating a brand? We are all aware of Swiss watches. Swiss watch in itself is a brand. फिर Rolex हो गया, ये हो गया. At one time, Swiss watches were. Why can't we create Ichalkaranji as a brand? Why can't we come together? And instead of today, someone making a website, I have 24 looms and the production is 2 lakh meters per month and this thing. Why can't we come together, have a place where we say, this is Ichalkaranji and we can deliver 5 crore meters in 21 days. Instead of you trying to chase Walmart or Triberg, they will all be lining up for you. That is a thought process you can do. You have common interests, common this thing. If we can set aside any petty differences that we may have, I'm not sure that we have them. Think of creating Ichalkaranji as a cotton producing center, but market the brand. So what suggestion? Since Triberg is willing to help, their credibility, initially their credibility will carry it over. They will not appreciate you individually or me individually, but if Triberg takes you and sits on that this thing, that is something that this thing. I think that was a major takeaway from Sanjay ji's this thing. I was amazed and still am ki, as Kadole sir said, you have 17,000 alumni. Ichalkaranji, DKT, each and every respected textile organization that I come across has some person at a very, very senior level. And trust me, I don't know what is the impression you may individually have, because I belong to a fellow institution, that is Sasmira. I'm also the president of that alumni foundation. All ex-students have an emotional attachment with the institute. It gives you an opening. If you just send an email, I am doing great, I am doing this, I am the best in the world, my quality is best, my price will not touch this thing. But if the email starts, I understand you are from DKT, I am also from Ichalkaranji, and we want your help in doing this. So if he is not able to help, he'll put you in touch with other people through this thing. That is my this thing, and you should utilize that strength. If there is no formal system, I don't know, Kadul sir is not there, but then you can look out if they have a website of the alumni is mentioned. Their alumni is very active from what I understand. Technical textiles is another area where you can definitely take a look at. It's a bit difficult and slightly different, but yes, cotton textiles, maybe technical textiles do happen. You can take a look at that, or choose the polyester ration as he suggested. They are there to back you up with the whatever technical support that they can offer. If not, it's always available. As Rahul ji mentioned, is so now, as I said, my this thing is business growth. But typically when I get called in, they want to know कि हमारे पास अब इतनी लूम है और कितनी लूम डालें. My question is, if you're interested in business growth, you look at what business growth you're looking at. So as Harit ji covered, 15 crore का आप यहाँ प्लान डाल रहे हो. Can you just at least find out कि भी 6-7 करोड़ में यूएसए में क्या लग सकता है? Finally, you may decide नहीं लग सकता है कुछ. But at least we can explore. As he said, North Carolina, what he was saying, कम से कम आप एक सेल ऑफिस खोल दो ना यहाँ पे. तो you are selling from a company within USA to other this thing. One of the points which he did not mention, but we have come across, is many US and other companies are reluctant to directly deal with Indian people is because of our legal compliance system. They know that any contract they sign is not legally enforceable in their lifetime. But if it is a US company, which is then technically bound by US laws, that is why one of the reasons why they are more comfortable in dealing with a person who is stationed over there and technically has a US address. So the contract is between USA and US. So maybe you can explore. North Carolina is available, as is given his number. IACC can help do that. Already relations hai, maybe you can rope in someone. If there is a young generation who wants to do a EB visa, that is easily possible in this kind of investment. You can station one person there, here, over there. And India is supposed to be largest FDI investor in North Carolina. So we can ask the other Indians, why are you investing? क्यों आप invest कर रहे हो? हमारा जो mind में है कि तो महंगा है, कोई फायदा नहीं है. कुछ तो होगा that this thing. And he is offering all this again free of cost. तो explore करने में तो कोई नुकसान है ही नहीं है. अपने समझ के नहीं होंगे, पर वापस आ जाएंगे जो हम कर ही रहे हैं उसके हिसाब से. The Harit ji really gave you the insight into the American mind. उसको क्या चाहिए, वो क्यों सोचता है, direct connect उसके लिए कितना important है. खुद के उन्होंने अपने experience से एक बहुत important चीज कही जो हम भी बार बार कहते हैं कि look, आप करोगे, you will fail. You will fail, but from that failure you can have learning as long as you learn from those mistakes and continue to improve upon yourself. The attitude that I'm sorry does not help. It has to be ownership. I have made this mistake. This is the things that I have done. This is what I am going to do. Hariji very well covered that. I think another important that he covered, which I'll come back to, is focus on your core. आपका जो स्पेशलाइजेशन है, आप जिसके अंदर में एकदम माहिर हैं, please focus on that. Look at first, let's try marketing. Then decide whether to do or not. Speed of response is there. As you said, they are very willing and open to share knowledge if they get the commitment and feeling of trust in you. Anmol ji, I think, gave us a very interesting insight and statistics apart from the billions of dollars, is that 40% of their client is MSME. So again, जो एक हमारे में feeling है कि MSME we are too small or we cannot do it or what this thing is a myth. You can please talk to him individually, understand हमारे लिए क्या applicable है, हम उसमें से क्या adopt कर सकते हैं. Over 1 lakh Indian sellers, but not one from Ichalkaranji. Ichalkaranji, if I'm not mistaken, the statistics that I last read supplies practically, if we consider the base, practically 50% of the Indian textiles that is finally exported. The fabric that you sell to other people, traders, garmenters, वगैरह उसको. So that is something that should inspire you. You can interact with him, this thing. The reason of having sub infotech was when it comes to costing, please understand other people will not subsidize our inefficiencies. We need to be very conscious of what we are doing, what is going on, where our costs are going. And more importantly, we have to understand difference between data and information. There is a lot of data floating around. We have a lot of data generated in our units, not enough information. You need a system, and if it is that convenient that you can get it on your mobile and take action immediately, I think you should explore that. Atul ji very briefly covered, but according to me, that's a much underrated area of logistics. Understanding logistics, going that extra mile. What is the fastest ship that we can find? What are the subsidies, etc., that are there? How we can speed up clearances and other this thing, I think. So the idea was covering was that we look at the requisites for doing export as well as finding a market. Coming to the end of this thing, we would like to really thank Kadole sir for this wonderful opportunity, co-hosting this and the wonderful arrangement that have been made by the DKT IT teams. I think it's one of the most smoothest online sessions that we have had, in spite of a mix of people coming from India and abroad. Rotary, Ichalkaranji, Unito, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, Maheshi and the team that read that. Too many to take the names from. Our sponsors, Sub Infotech and Shulin Services, for providing us the support and the insight and the knowledge. Thanks to Amazon, Triberg, although they are not present over here. And last but not the least, thank you everyone for turning up in such huge numbers and making this a success. I hope we learned something. As Hariji has mentioned, you have the barcodes slips with you. Please reach out. Please, this thing, we'll connect and we'll try to do the best. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you all the dignitaries on the dais and who connected us online. Mr. Suresh Ji Kotak, Mr. Harit Mehta, IACC Chairman, Mr. Sharat Tandon, IACC, Mr. Anmol Malik, Amazon Global Services, Triberg Buying House, Mr. Shukla and Mr. Mehta, Mr. Rahul Padmanabha from EDNPC. Special thanks to educational partner DKTE and Kadole sir and our sponsors Sub Infotech and Shulin Services. Now, I would like to request Rotarian Mr. Rohit Bora to present a memento to Mr. Harit Mehta. Rotarian Mr. Sandeep Bharani. To Sir Mr. Sharat Tandon. Rotarian Prashant Lahoti. Okay, Dole sir is not available. Acha. To Anmol Malik. Rotarian Mr. Suresh Ji Oza. To Ritesh Mehta, Sub Infotech. Rotarian Mrs. Chetna Mundada Lahoti. To Atul Padwar, Shulin Services. Thank you.
Everybody please join for dinner downstairs. एक चीज अनाउंस करना चाहेंगे एट दरबार हॉल। एक और चीज अनाउंस करना चाहेंगे अब रोटरी क्लब यूनिटो की तरफ से आज सर ने जो अपॉर्चुनिटी दिया है ट्राइबर्ग के साथ में, सो सर वेरी सून वी विल प्लान सेशन विद ट्राइबर्ग टू हैव a culture in Ichalkaranji to connect with the other sellers and sell in consonance to USA. Thank you.